Hello, folks, and hey, bear, welcome to the Nateland podcast. I'm Nate Bargatze, Brian Bates, Aaron Weber, Dusty Slay.
There's nothing quite like the feeling of gathering around a warm fire on a cool evening. We got lots of cool evenings coming up. Let the gifting begin. Shop Solo Stove's Cyber Monday sale for huge site-wide savings. You've heard us talk about Solo stuff here on the podcast. We love it. You can get $10 off with promo code NATE, plus a lifetime warranty and free 30-day returns. Get an extra $10 off holiday deals at solostove.com, promo code NATE.
All right. Here we are. We're doing it up.
Got your Vandy gear.
Got my
big win Saturday. Yeah.
Big win Saturday. Hope I don't want to jinx it.
Bowl bound, baby.
Don't want to jinx
Yeah,
it.
yeah,
We're
knock on
doing.
wood.
I wore it with confidence because we pre-recorded this, so I do not know what happened in the Vandy game. But I feel.
One thing's for sure, you played the right way.
Yeah.
That can be sure.
Yeah.
I hope so.
Yeah. That was some cheap shots they took.
Yeah. All right, it went great, but we still did it.
We did it.
Yeah.
We're bowl bound. We've already got our
Yeah.
bowl tickets.
Yeah. We got World Cup. I'm sure we got nice emails. World Cup.
Everyone thought we got everything exactly right.
Yeah.
No complaints.
All went good.
Yeah.
Yeah, we did good.
I feel great about it.
Celebrate Tristan's birthday. We got Lauren, Nick, your birthday. We got everybody's birthday. Nick helped us with the soccer, so if you also don't agree with it, then call Nick.
Yeah.
He's our soccer. I think he represents so many people.
He's
250 million people playing it. I hope you're happy.
He's like a stat boy from PTI, remember?
Yeah.
Yeah. We got one over there.
People love how dumb we are until it's something they actually know.
Exactly.
And then they're like, this is so frustrating.
I forgot to tell. Did I tell y'all that I met an aerospace engineer in Dayton?
I think so.
No, if I did, that's okay.
No.
He came up to me and he talked to me for a while, and I just want you to know that I know you feel like you got a lot of stuff wrong.
Yeah.
Nate and Dusty were actually asking really smart questions
Ooh.
about in the physics episode.
Oh, yeah.
about escape velocity and how far until you're no longer pulled by the Earth's gravity and stuff. He's like, those are really, really good questions they were asking.
Wow.
And I want to make sure they know that it's not all dumb. Like these are smart things.
Well, I knew they
Look
were
at
good
us.
questions.
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah.
I don't know a lot about soccer, but I know the right
But you
questions.
told that
to
guy,
ask.
you're like, well, I mean, you tricked your way into getting this job. So,
Yeah. Yeah,
so,
I mean,
Yeah.
yeah, aerospace, whatever that is.
Mhm.
You know what I mean?
So you met a con man is what you're saying.
Did you aerospace?
Yeah.
Oh, aerospace
Yeah.
engineering. Yeah.
That's what anybody. If there's some physics or an astronaut that meets Dusty, I want you all when you.
We're
so
doing
funny,
the quotes if
Hey,
you're
I'm
listening.
in. I work in science and NASA, and
Yeah.
yeah.
You know, in Dayton, though, I saw you went to the what is it, the military museum there? I went
Yeah.
there too, and I had a pocket knife that they wouldn't let me take in, so I took it out and I buried it under a park bench out there.
Yeah.
It's a huge parking lot. I didn't want to walk all the way back to the car, and they took it. They went out and they found where I buried it and took my knife.
Wow.
Yeah,
How do you know that? Did they tell you?
it was gone.
Well,
do you-
someone might have watched you,
Do you think it was them or was it just like a guy walking by?
I think they did it.
or you forgot what bench you did it.
I mean, all of these are possibilities,
Yeah.
but I believe they took it.
The more fun thing to think is they were watching you through the window.
I'd imagine the amount of knives that get dug around that
Yeah.
place is probably pretty high.
Yeah, I mean, I got.
I think you could have just dug for another second and found a new knife.
Maybe. I got a pretty good success rate though. Once I was going to the Preds game and I hid it, the knife in an alleyway downtown, and I
Yeah.
found it. And then another time I was going to the Ryman and they wouldn't let me in with a knife, so I hid it in the ceiling tiles of the coffee shop next door.
Oh,
And I went back months later and got that one.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
He's like Dwight from The Office. He has stuff hidden everywhere.
Because the coffee shop was closed when I got out of the show.
Yeah.
So I
Oh.
couldn't, and then I don't go downtown a lot.
Yeah. So next time your horse got down there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, we get next trip to town.
Next trip to town, you
Yeah.
went down there and said, Daddy's got to do one quick stop.
Yeah.
And it popped up in there. I mean, Did they see you put it up there?
I went to the bathroom, climbed up on the
Oh.
toilet and stuffed it on the ceiling
That's
tile.
smart.
Yeah. And it was just sitting right
It
there.
was right there.
Oh, no one knows the look.
Yeah.
So we can say if you see Dusty about to go into a thing that you imagine is going to be no knives, look around.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
There'll be
Yeah.
one around.
Yeah, there'll be one around.
Yeah.
Do you have a go-to secret hiding spot in the house for stuff? I mean, you don't have to say what it is, but do you have like a go-to spot?
Under your seat. It's there. No,
Okay.
I don't think so. I don't know. Maybe we
To hide stuff from Laura?
No, to hide stuff from whatever. Let's say you have like some
Yeah,
precious
money.
jewels.
Oh, it's like
Yeah.
under the couch with the spoons?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah. Something a little more discreet than that.
I don't know if we really have one. I mean, some drawers you might have, but I don't have anything.
We had some fake books on the bookcase growing up
Oh,
that opened up. Those were fun.
What would you put
I
in
would
there?
do.
I think like our passports or something like that.
Yeah,
Like some kind of, just valuables.
yeah.
Frost Nixon DVD?
Yeah, something like
We
that.
would. Yeah, I don't know if I have anything that I don't have a lot I would care about outside. It's
That's
like,
not on your person right now.
I don't. I mean, I think I look at everything as like, we'll be all right. I'll
Mhm.
move on, and it's like you just grab the.
But if you had like a gold watch that you inherited from your great grandfather.
Yeah, I guess I don't have anything like that.
Hmm.
And so if I had something like that, yeah, there could be something. I don't know, but I don't know if it's like that kind of stuff means. But I don't know. I've never had it, so
Mhm.
maybe it doesn't. You have something. You have something that you like been passed down or.
No, nothing like that. Nothing that's valuable enough that I need to hide it.
Mm-hmm.
I have sentimental stuff, probably.
Imagine you have some blueprints or something.
I got some stuff hidden.
Yeah,
Yeah. I don't have a specific spot, but I do hide things.
yeah.
His map to escape.
Yeah. I got stuff hidden around. I don't want to keep all the hidden stuff in one spot
That's right.
in case
Yeah.
it's found.
How about either your wife leaves you and you go, "No, I've been prepared for this."
Yeah.
Like you're always prepared.
Yeah,
Like she
yeah.
couldn't even surprise you with that. I
Yeah.
want a divorce, and you're like, "I'm already.
Yeah. I saw it.
I got a place in the woods. I'll go to it right now. I've been waiting for this. I wait for everybody to. I don't trust anybody.
Yeah, you got to be ready.
You got to be ready.
Got to be ready out
You never
here.
know. All right, let's start. I mean, we don't have anything to
No,
top.
no, I don't think so.
Had a good lunch.
Hope everybody had a good Thanksgiving.
Yeah.
Yeah. How was your Thanksgiving?
It was great. It was great.
Mine too.
Alexis Torres. I started listening to Nateland after I graduated law school. I listened while I studied for the bar exam to make it through 12 plus hour study days. Then listened while I waited 3 months for results to drop. Oh, that's it. I recently passed the bar exam and now a licensed attorney.
All right.
Thank y'all for making a rough period of time a little better with laughs and positivity. All right.
That's
Congratulations.
Really seems tough to listen and study, though.
I don't think we got a lot going on.
Yeah. Yeah.
I don't think any of our words are messing with the words she's reading. So
There's zero overlap in vocabulary.
Yeah. There's no. It's easy. She's like, it was easier than you thought.
Like classical music almost.
Yeah. Just a noise in the
Yeah,
background. Boo. I watched. You know, I did watch The Firm.
Oh,
The Firm's a good one.
Yeah, I didn't know what it was about.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't know what I thought it was. Like,
Set in Memphis.
yeah. So I was just in Memphis, and I was like, all right, I'll watch it. And then I was like, oh, it's like a mafia kind of thing. You're like, oh, I didn't know.
Yes,
I don't
John
know what I
Grisham,
thought.
right? Isn't that a John Grisham book?
It is.
And
Really-
his stuff's great.
Really nice shot of the Bass Pro Shop in the background a
Yeah.
couple of times there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was great. It was very fun. You know.
Wilford Brimley.
Mhm.
Oh, yeah. He's great.
Tom Cruise.
Tom
Oh, he's in it
Cruise.
too?
Yeah.
Jean Triplehorn? Is that her name?
I thought Jack Nicholson was coming on at some point, but he didn't show up.
That had Gene
Another
Hackman in
movie.
it, though,
Yeah.
right? Gene Hackman? Yeah. It's been a while since I've seen it.
But yeah, what is he? That's the other one that he's in. You Can't Handle the Truth.
Yeah.
If you like The Firm, you might like The Rainmaker.
Ooh.
You ever see that movie?
Uh-uh.
With Matt Damon.
Yeah.
Yeah, see, that's
Yeah.
it's another legal movie.
Okay.
If you're into
Yeah.
litigation.
Ah. Yeah.
Alex, she's changed her mind.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're watching
Alexis.
that going,
Alexis. Sorry,
you're
Alexis.
going, when is the you can't handle the truth line coming?
Yeah. Just waiting for it.
Yeah.
I don't know where the truth would be.
Yeah.
Father Jim Olofsson. Father Jim Olofsson. I'm a priest from Illinois, and right now I'm a full-time student doing graduate work in Rome. Wow. As I walk to class every day, past the hordes of tourists at the Colosseum, I can't help but be a bit self-conscious as I laugh out loud listening to you guys. Thanks for all the fun, and don't forget to get to church sometime. Yeah. That's nice. We're being listened to out there. Look at that. Next to
That's
that.
great.
That counts as,
I've been to the Coliseum.
Oh.
You have?
I think it was more stuff was still attached to it.
Yeah, I was there for a show.
Yeah.
I had tickets.
He had tickets. Same tickets he had the Titans game. He got it all the way up at the top. I can't see.
I can't tell.
Dead?
Is
Is the lion eating?
Yeah, I was
Or
supposed to
is
say,
the lion?
is it the Christian or the lion that's down?
They used to fill the Coliseum with water and have naval battles in it. Isn't that
Really?
crazy?
That's how big it is?
Yeah. It's pretty big.
Like, is it a football size?
A small football stadium, I guess.
Well, they putting a boat in there?
They'd fill it up with water somehow. And they would have naval battles in
Who
there.
said this?
I read it years ago and I've been repeating it ever since.
I
Yeah.
remember them saying that to me in school too. This could have been just an Alabama thing they were saying, but
Yeah.
maybe,
That's what they told y'all too?
yeah.
Yeah, I mean, they would fill it. I mean, here's obviously a drawing of what it would look like, but they'd fill up kind of the base layer of it with water, let these ships go at it.
It's one of those that I wonder if they were like, we should do it. And then you're like, no, they never did that, dude. Like, how are they going to get that water?
Well, I've
how you going
heard-
to keep the water in there?
Yeah.
I've heard the
That's what I always thought.
Christians and the Lions is way over exaggerated, and that either didn't happen or
It was like donkeys.
hardly ever happened.
Like I heard somebody say
They were
like the
fighting
Christians
ostriches
were
out there,
fighting
yeah.
the lions. They weren't being fed to them; they were fighting them.
I'm
Well,
sure.
ideally, they try to fight
Yeah.
them off. Yeah.
Yeah, not Barry Sanders out there.
Yeah. Well,
Emperor Titus ordered the Colosseum to be flooded, and then he used special flat-bottom ships during the battle to accommodate for the shallow water. So they didn't put a ton of water in, but they put enough to have these ships floating around. And then they put an island in the middle of it where they could land and fight. I mean, there's a lot going on.
And they would
there.
watch them like truly fight to death.
Yeah.
Who was fighting?
Most of them were slaves, I think, these
Oh.
gladiators. Yeah.
Yeah, like they're just
They were just bought and sold to do this.
yes. Yeah,
Yeah.
man. Yeah, football guys. They're like, yeah, but tough. Yeah,
yeah, we're talking about concussions.
yeah. Or like, does he have CTE? And you're like, I don't know. I mean, I was stabbed
I don't think his head's
multiple
attached
times.
anymore.
Yeah, yeah. I think the CTEs. We're gonna have to look into it. Imagine and people just going to watch that. You'd go. Would you have season tickets?
Oh, I would hate that. I'd be the last guy to want to see that.
But at the time, I mean,
I know, but think at that time where it's
There's
no
entertainment.
You
Oh,
like community things.
That's true. That's a good point. Yeah, I probably would be in there.
Yeah.
Well,
yeah,
that's-
there was
what
no
else is
other
going on?
entertainment.
A
You would've
cynical person, more cynical than me, would say this is no different than the UFC.
No.
Right?
It's completely
What are you
different.
talking about?
They fight to the death with swords.
Yeah, well, they just stop a little earlier.
That's
UFC.
kind of everything. That's the whole everything.
Yeah, I think you're right.
The sport becomes a sport when it's like, well, let's just not die out there.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
But people are injured irrevocably.
I mean, UFC, like I think they say it's better than boxing because the boxing's
Mhm.
just to your head the whole time.
Yeah.
And so UFC, you're watching two professional athletes like know this craft that's so crazy.
Right.
And so, I mean, there's a level, I guess, if the sports of that is like, well, you're watching these gladiators and stuff. But I mean, the UFC also they get paid. They get, I
Mhm.
mean, again, this is, they're using slaves to do this. Like,
Right.
I mean, I'm just scratching the surface, probably a couple different things than this in the UFC.
Yeah, I mean, I agree.
When the UFC first started, I feel like in the 90s, there was like no rules. Wasn't it a lot more brutal?
Yeah.
remember-
Yeah, I mean, I imagine.
Tank Abbott, that
Yeah.
It
guy.
was
Yeah.
John McCain called it human cockfighting.
Yeah. I'd imagine still better than the Coliseum. And we just go look at it. Well, look at that. All right. Head on out. You know? Clayton Stevens. So far, I've met 2 Nateland fans in person. One was a pediatric surgical oncologist. Ooh.
Wow.
No idea what they do, but I think they're on call.
That's with cancer,
Oh.
oncology.
Oh, well, it's pretty big. The other was a gas station attendant.
It's pretty big.
Yeah,
You're not colleges? It's pretty big, man.
pretty big, man.
Good for you.
I think that's my favorite thing about Nateland. It's the closest we can get to a true representative cross section
All
of America, all different races, backgrounds, religions,
All right.
whatever.
There you go.
Boom.
Boom.
All right.
Look at that. Clayton Stevens nailed it.
Mhm.
He gets it, dude.
He gets it.
That's what it's all about.
That's what it's all about. Jessica Pruitt. After a few amazing days in Nashville, I stopped at a gas station before heading home. Some loser backed into my car, refused to give me his information, and got so aggressive, I had to call 911. When the situation was handled, I left the parking lot shaken and upset. I was disappointed my trip would end on a low note. When I turned the corner, I saw Nate's giant's face on the side of Zany's. I busted out laughing, and my mood immediately improved. Nate, thanks for always cheering me up when I need it. Love you guys in the podcast. That's so nice.
All right.
That's really cool. And I wonder if everybody knows, Dusty's face is on the other side of the building. A little
That's
smaller than Nate's.
I had no idea.
A little crammed in with a bunch of other people.
Yeah, it's up there, though.
And Nate's face got painted twice, though. You
Yeah.
know?
Yeah.
Because it got painted and then tore down.
I think Jessica-
very upset about
I think she commented that she now knows who ran into your face.
Oh,
How
yeah.
about this guy?
This guy. Yeah. Yeah. He's like, I won't give my information. They're like, well, we're just going to read the side of your truck
Yeah.
that has all the information on it. That's awesome. So, I mean, it stinks about your car. Sean hates. I went to my doctor to get blood work done. I got a call early Saturday morning around 7:30 a.m. from the doctor's office. I mean, who telling me to give them a call when I have call back when I have a chance. I called them back, ready to hear the worst case scenario since it was Saturday, and not thinking about what date it was. All it was them wishing me a happy birthday. Needless to say, I was happy and upset at the same time. Blood work came back fine. I mean, yeah, that is crazy, and it's
It is.
also who is calling 7:30 a.m.
I know.
Your doctor calls you?
And says happy birthday. And then what? You just have a conversation with him?
Yeah.
Who asked you to call them back? Imagine getting a call on your birthday going, hey, give me a call back.
Yeah.
And then you call them, they go, happy birthday.
Yeah, it doesn't make sense.
Yeah.
It would be
And he sent this because you said for your birthday you got 3 calls. One of them was from
Mhm.
your dentist office.
Yeah.
But
But if it's like a
That's-
doctor, like maybe it's a, it's not like a hospital. It's like a
A family doctor.
family doctor. I mean, they might say, "Hey, happy birthday."
why
And just
would-
give me a shout out on the voicemail.
yeah,
I'd
Just
be
wanna wish
most
you a happy
upset
birthday.
about 7:30 a.m.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You'd be like, "Golly, that's early."
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah. Give it some time. Let the day come on in.
Yeah. It's my birthday.
Yeah. Yeah. Why you waking me up
yeah,
like
I
this on
don't
my
get to
birthday?
sleep in on my birthday.
That's the best way to let the day come on in.
Yeah.
yeah.
maybe the doctor was on call and he was, I don't know, getting ready to go home or something.
Oncologist.
Oncology.
Oncology. That's what that is. They go study how to be. Hello? No? Pat Fitzgerald. My cousin is a producer at WGN, where Bozo used to be aired. He said they got a call one day to the station that said if a kid missed the first bucket in Bozo buckets, they need to let the kid try again. Seems nice enough, but the caller went on to say that the Chicago Mafia was gambling on how many buckets the kids would make, and 0 was not an option.
Wow.
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 That's crazy.
That's intense.
Yeah, and you would want to go, why do you not just make 0 an option?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I think they probably just got going for fun and you pick, and then next thing you know, they're really into it. And,
I know they go, well, 0 should be an option.
But I mean, I don't know. There's like 3 Mafia guys, and how many you think will hit? And nobody guesses 0. Once they get started,
I guess if it's only
They call in
3,
and go, it better
yeah.
be greater than 0.
Yeah,
You have 24 hours.
you have 24 hours.
Yeah. They're like, we're not going to change our thing. We're the mafia. You change
Yeah,
your
you
thing.
Yeah.
change your thing. Man,
No.
I got to go to, he goes, John. I mean, Bozo. He's already in makeup.
Yeah.
He's what's the actor called? The
A method actor.
method actor. Bozo's method. He's already, John, he looks at him with his clown face up. Bozo, sorry. I didn't know you were already in Bozo mode.
you're in the zone.
Did he talk? Bozo talked, right?
Hmm?
It was
Talked to
just
me.
like a normal.
When he came to Lebanon,
What did he say to you?
Get out of here, kid.
You look worried.
Yeah. What's this kid's problem?
He turns around.
Yeah, he goes, God. He goes, sir, I didn't see you there. He goes, I'm 8. He goes, oh.
Thought you were 40.
My gosh. He goes, I just feel such a sad energy.
Old man presence.
He goes, I don't know. Heard you slide over, and I thought, what can I do for you? What did he say to you?
I don't remember.
Oh,
I think I was too scared, and like I think you get in line, you get up there and you get your picture made.
Do you
with
like
it.
sit in his lap and like tell him what you want?
The photo I vaguely remember is, I mean, I'm this tall, and you just get up there and stand beside him,
Yeah.
and he puts his arm around you, take a picture, and
Yeah.
6
tell you
weeks
what.
later, you get your film back, and
If a billboard went up in Lebanon, Bates family was there. Y'all went to everything. Y'all go, it's that like Bozo's coming in town.
Yeah.
Count us.
Well, yeah.
Titans tickets, like you
Well,
go to every, but I'm just
it's a
saying.
wide range there.
Yeah.
No, I know, but you go to every single thing that came to town. Y'all were at.
Now, I guess I would argue because so little things did happen in my childhood that now, when I moved to Nashville, I want to get involved in getting into.
I know.
community
Well, I
stuff.
don't think much stuff was coming out there, but I mean, if it came,
We were there. I
you
mean,
were there.
I remember the Harlem Globetrotters came. It wasn't the actual Globetrotters. It was like the minor league Globetrotters.
Mm.
There was a Harlem something else.
Yeah,
The
like 110th
Murfreesboro
Street.
Globetrotters.
Yeah, the
Well,
West Side Globetrotters.
it was. I think the Globe is what they didn't do. I think they took that out because they're more
Trotters.
regional.
Harlem Trotters?
I don't know.
Yeah.
Find out what the Harlem Globetrotters
Regional
B team
trotters.
is.
Yeah.
And they came to Lebanon
We
and-
make 1 out of every 4 shots. They don't do.
And they played the local media personalities.
Yeah.
And I went down there. It was at Southside Elementary, and I went down there in the bleachers and got one of the local newspaper guys' autograph. I didn't even get the Globetrotters. I got the guy who wrote for the Lebanon Democrat.
Yeah. Sarah, I want to be you one day.
Yeah, and I did.
Yeah.
Well,
Harlem Wizards?
it could have been.
I mean,
Do you remember that logo right
It's like
there?
the B team.
Trick hoops and alley oops.
It could have been though.
Yeah, that's got
Founded in 62. You caught them early.
yeah.
They're still getting things figured out.
Do you remember if there's a 3-point line?
I remember when the 3-point line became a thing in college
I know.
basketball.
Yeah. So there was not a 3-point line at this
No.
one. No.
At my school, when the 3-point line came in, we couldn't afford to paint it.
Yeah.
So we just took black duct tape and just made it with
Wow.
duct tape.
Yeah.
But we got offline. So
Oh, no.
there were some places it would be like maybe 18 feet, and then some places it'd be like 22.
Yeah. You knew where to go.
Yeah.
You knew to go.
We had home court advantage because
Yeah.
we knew where the spots are.
Yeah. If you go over to the left, it's borderline a layup.
That's
Yeah.
amazing.
About that?
Yeah.
It was not a perfect whatever
I
that
mean,
would
the
be.
fact that you just didn't go, let's redo the tape.
Yeah, we didn't care that much. I mean,
Yeah. You couldn't afford the paint.
we couldn't.
Yeah.
It's a small school.
Y'all didn't do a fundraiser?
I mean, we had a cakewalk every year.
How much money how much paint cost?
You know what that is?
I remember
Yeah.
at keg walks.
We would do a cakewalk.
Yeah.
Just the idea that funds the whole city for a year.
This is my school.
The whole city's funded by a cakewalk. And they go, and that does it. $400 and Lebanon is up and running one more year. Woo!
Lights go back on.
Lights go on. He goes, I don't want to jinx anything, but one side of the court has a painted 3-point line. So
Monty Mitchell has a joke about they did a cakewalk for diabetes.
Yeah, Cookville, right?
Yeah. So
I
we,
liked a nice cakewalk. We do them at church.
yeah.
Yeah,
They're
cakewalks are fun. Yeah.
It's like musical chairs with a cake, right? Am I picturing it correct? You like walk on like a path. And
Yeah.
then, okay. And you win a cake.
We just put down cardboard and had numbers on it, and then you'd walk, and then they stop and read a number, and if you're on it, you win a cake.
Oh, that's nice.
It's crazy though when you think about it. Like going to Lebanon, like some of the people you saw, it is like that. Even that newspaper person or something, but you are like, it's especially if someone comes out and sees you,
Mm-hmm.
and you're like, no one saw us.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah. I'm the hometown boy made good.
Yeah. Who's the most famous person from Lebanon?
Me.
We're about to find that out.
I don't know. I mean,
What's Lebanon like on Wikipedia? Is it known for something?
I'll look it up.
Well, I could tell you that. Cracker Barrel was founded in Lebanon. That's its home headquarters.
Yeah.
Is that right?
Yeah.
Wow. All right.
That's probably what we're most known for.
U.S. politician Jimmy Duncan.
All right.
I don't know him.
Jimmy
Yeah.
Duncan. Wow.
We don't know. Believe if he's really Lebanon. If Bates doesn't know him.
Yeah.
I don't know if I buy it. They should look into that. 'Cause I don't
Is
know
that
if
the
I
only
believe
person they have on there?
Thomas Kilby, George Huddleston. A lot of pictures in black and white.
it. Yeah.
Castle Heights Military Academy was the
Really been hurting for
was the
famous
last military academy in the state of Tennessee, and one of the Allman brothers, maybe two of them, went there.
Mm.
Famous musicians would send their kids there to get them in line.
Charlie Daniels is from there.
No.
How is that not top of the list?
He's not.
Oh.
He lived in Mount Juliet, but he's not from there. John Ray Clemens, I know. His brother and I were best friends in kindergarten.
Do you know all
Wait,
the
are you
people?
serious?
John Ray Clemens? Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. His brother Al was my best friend in kindergarten.
Yeah.
John Ray's a little bit younger.
I mean, that's what is
What about Haystack?
Haystack, I don't know.
Reba McEntire's from. She just lived out there.
She
right?
lived in Lebanon for a while. She lived in
Yeah.
that big mansion out there.
Yeah, yeah. She's
by-
not from there,
No.
but she lived there. It's what
AC Wharton, I know.
Yeah, you know him.
I know of him. Wharton's
Oh.
store in Lebanon was there for a long
Yeah.
time.
It's what's crazy is God. What? Hold on. What was the names? I don't know what names. Nah, I don't know what I was gonna say.
Give me a clue.
No. I was gonna say something at reading one of these names or something, but I forget what I was gonna say now.
There was a guy on my baseball team. And
The fact that you're still that guy, you just go, yeah, I know him. Me and him were best friends in kindergarten.
yeah.
And it's like after that, you're like most people. I don't even remember kindergarten, and you're like, no, we were tight.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, we knew each other all the way through
Yeah,
school, and I still know him.
yeah.
Well, you can count people from Cumberland too, right? Albert Gore Sr.
Okay.
You can count him. The Gore family.
Yep. There was a guy in my senior class on our baseball team I played with, Chris Price, who he played at MTSU, but he played a little bit in the minor leagues and baseball, and he's probably one of the better known.
Do you think that's the farthest you've been from like your level of something to someone else's level of something?
Being on that baseball
Being
team
on that
together?
baseball team.
Yeah. Yeah, I'd probably. Well, I don't know. There's a lot of levels. I'm pretty far behind.
Yeah.
Let me rethink that. But yeah, pretty much.
I mean, that goes plays in the minor leagues,
Yeah,
and then you
and then me.
run back to first base.
Yeah,
He saw that.
yeah, he probably did.
Yeah, probably remembers it too. Nolan Blizzard.
Great name.
I'm 12 years old and I love the podcast and y'all's comedy. Just recently, I was on a plane from Houston to Baltimore as an unaccompanied, right?
I love that a 12-year-old wrote that.
Yeah.
Should have used such big words.
Yeah.
You're like, knock it down a little bit, bud.
Yeah.
You know, unaccompanied minor, something I do quite often. As people who fly for a living, I was wondering if you have any tales of sitting next to weird people or being in strange situations on a plane. We covered that last episode.
Yeah.
Aaron opened it up with it.
Sorry about that.
Well, Dusty, didn't you have a case where someone asked you to switch and you said no, and the lady started crying?
Yeah, I won't switch now, but yeah, I was on a plane. I had my aisle seat. I like an aisle seat. That's where I want to be. And the middle seat was open, and the guy and his wife came, and he was like, would you mind switching with us so I could sit next to my wife? And I was like, where are you at? And he's like, I'm at a middle seat right there. And I was like, nah, I don't want to do that. And so he tried to pay me, and I was like, I just want to keep this seat. And so then he goes and sits down, and she is sitting next to me, and then she starts crying. And I'm like, oh gosh. And then I get up and I go, all right, I'll switch with you. And then I sat between these two huge dudes the whole flight, and I regretted it the whole way. I was like, this lady just needs to grow up here and learn to fly on a plane.
Yeah.
There's no need to be crying. I had to sit between these dudes the whole way. I'll never do it again.
Yeah. Did he try to switch with? I guess they weren't giving an.
I guess they weren't. I don't know. I was just in the moment when she started crying. I was like, you know what? I'll just be a nice guy here, and I regretted it the whole way.
Did you ever think about taking it back? Going, all right, come back.
Yeah.
Did he pay you?
No, I didn't take his money. I
What
wouldn't.
was he going to give you?
I don't know for sure. I did think about it later, but I was so mad at the guy that I was gonna. If he tried to pay me, I was gonna refuse just out of anger towards him. I don't know what that would have done, but that was in my mind. I was so mad at this guy. But yeah, she started crying, and I'm like, this is not that long of a flight.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, it's not that big of a deal.
Yeah.
But
And
then it
if
sounds
this-
like you were crying back there between those two fat guys.
And it's like, if it's your first flight, maybe, book a seat together here.
Yeah.
Maybe plan this out a little better.
Did you talk to her when she was crying, or?
No, I just looked at her and I was like,
How old was she?
She was, 40s,
Yeah.
Did you say, look at that window and tell me this earth is round?
Yeah, get her off. Yeah. Show me where it bends.
Yeah. I should have.
Yeah.
I should have been like, you doing all right today?
Yeah.
Let me tell you, I got some stuff for you.
Yeah.
You want to be afraid.
Get your mind off
You want
of
to
it.
be
Yeah.
You want to be afraid? I don't think we're taking off.
Yeah.
We died in 2019.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. This is simulation. So you're
Yeah.
crying. He goes, you just need,
Yeah.
the guy needs to plug your thing back in. Matt Goodell, between Dusty's enthusiasm for ad reads and Aaron's seemingly inescapable laughter during, you guys really make them fun. You're one of the few pods where I don't skip the reads.
All right.
That's
All
nice.
right. Send
Yeah.
that to the
Appreciate it.
to the sponsors.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right.
A lot of pressure on this ad read coming up for me.
Yeah. Jessica Humbert. I had nose surgery last year and remember waking up from anesthesia being wheeled out of the OR. What is OR? Operating room. I heard two nurses have a conversation about how I was doing, and the nurse who was with me during surgery responded with, "She's doing great." But she got so sweaty that halfway through we had to change her gown. Nothing like waking up from surgery to find out the whole room had to stop surgery because you were too sweaty for them to continue. Yeah. The nurses, they don't have that conversation. Like, that's right there. She's doing great. She got real sweaty.
I like having OR at the end of that sentence. It's almost like emphasizing. You're like wheeled out of the OR, but then the sentence is over.
That's what I was reading it
Yeah,
as.
yeah.
When I first read so I started on the top sentence, but I got a little peek of that OR, and I thought,
Something's coming.
I go, it's going to be a little this or,
Yeah.
and then it was OR.
You're being wheeled out of the Oregon.
Oregon.
I had two.
Yeah.
I had two nurses having a conversation. How you doing? Doing great. Got a bit sweaty, you know what I mean? Well, change your gown. And he goes, go. He goes, just the whole room. Yeah. Then they had to do it. You're too sweaty, you know. I mean, just like she's just like limp, just like, and they have to, and they go, you doing all right?
Maybe get a fan going in there. Or something.
Yeah. Braden Werner. We were cooking out in my dad's backyard when the song Teddy Bear by Red Sovine came on. My dad proceeded to tell me and my friends about how great this song was. So we stood there silently around the grill listening to the song. When it was over, my friend and I looked over to my dad to see him broken down in tears, crying as he pulls the meat off of the grill. It really changed the dynamic of the cookout.
That is a sad song, though.
You know it?
Yeah. But like, yeah, I mean, crying, pulling the meat off the grill. I mean, yeah, I can see how that changes the.
What's it
vibe.
about?
I don't remember exactly, but I think it's about a kid and and it's like, I don't know. It's just a sad. I remember
Just
hearing
your-
it.
That's what I don't know the song, and I would describe it the same way you just described
Yeah,
it.
yeah.
What's that teddy bear song about? I don't know, a kid and a teddy bear. Is everybody on earth? Goes, if you wrote a song about a teddy bear, what do you think you'd write about? Maybe a kid and a teddy bear.
Yeah, it's sad though. It is sad. I mean, I agree. You can't. It's like you can't define a word with the word.
You got to just be like, God, you got to deal with your dad.
Yeah.
I think it makes it where like your mom starts crying, everybody's like, your mom's cry. Your dad starts going, you're like, oh gosh.
I think I've figured out the gist of what this song is about.
All right.
If you're interested.
Sure.
It's about a trucker going through a small town, and on the radio he hears, "Will somebody talk to Teddy Bear?" And then he hops on, and it's a kid whose dad was a trucker, but his dad died. So now he still has the radio. So he's talking to this kid whose dad died.
And the kid thinks it's his dad?
I think, no. He's
But
talking.
is the kid Teddy Bear? So Dusty's not even right.
Listen,
There's
there's
no-
a teddy bear involved.
There's a kid.
There's a
There's
kid
no teddy bear,
and a
but he
radio.
goes by Teddy. His
Yeah.
call.
It's his handle.
His handle.
I will say this. It's
And the
sad.
boy was disabled too.
Oh. I throw that. How do they even get that into a song?
Because he
How do you
says,
squeeze that in? There you go. I mean, that's he got. And then he was sad. He was in a wheelchair.
They called him
And
that.
I went. You're like, well, what?
Well, there's
What
the
was that?
line right there.
As that little crippled boy talked with me. I mean,
Nate would love this song and wouldn't even know the words.
that's not one breaker came on the old CB as that little crippled boy talked to me. What it says, which I don't even know why he's never met this kid. So how does he even know? I guess he goes, yeah, I heard him. And then, yeah, can you play the song or?
I don't think we can.
Oh.
Just for
But that would be, yeah. How do you get all these descriptions? You know,
I think it's a pretty long song.
I mean, it has to be. It describes all of them in full length.
We
5
learn-
minutes long.
Someone said
I mean,
that,
imagine you have to listen to that song and it's 5 minutes.
and you're
around
just
the
sitting around the grill quietly.
Yeah.
Your dad
Your
crying.
dad's crying and you just go, I wanted it medium rare.
Song lasted long enough to cook the meat.
Yeah, he just
Turn that one over.
His dad's
Yeah.
bawling. Dad, I'll go and pull mine off. You got this, if you don't mind. That's when your dads get, as they get older, they start. That's the men, I think, they hold the tears in until you hit your 60s. Then it's like you're getting
that.
60 years of crying, and it all just comes out. And then, like, you know, your dad, he starts crying. You're at a Walmart. You're like, oh, he's off on he's gone down an aisle. You're like, I don't know what's going on with him. Andrew Daltrey. Dusty reminds me of Mad Mike Hughes, who crashed his homemade rocket trying to prove the Earth was flat. They're both obviously smart, but skeptical of widely accepted scientific facts. Fun fact, Mad Mike Hughes also set the world record for the furthest full-size limousine ramp jump before he crashed and died in his homemade rocket. So be careful out there, Dusty.
Well, I don't need to prove it. I mean, it's already been done, and you know, a lot of people are crashing rockets trying to prove otherwise too. You know what I mean?
You like Mad Mike, though.
Yeah, I mean,
He's a fun character.
I'm not gonna. I don't know who that is, but I'm not gonna be getting in any rockets.
So you say the burden of proof is on the people who say it's round.
I'm not saying anything. I mean,
Yeah.
people are making a lot of wild assumptions about me.
Yeah,
I
true.
mean, I'm just.
You're
you
true.
know,
That's true. That's
I've not
true.
said
Yeah,
anything, but I'm just saying
Yeah.
that. You know, I
Just
mean,
show me where it's curved.
yeah, I mean, he crashed a homemade
Yeah.
rocket. You know, that's okay. You know, people crash
it
rockets.
happens.
NASA's crashed a
I
few.
think they took him down.
Yeah, probably
They
so.
took him
Yeah,
down.
he was getting too high, and they're like, "We got to stop this
Yeah.
guy."
I was watching Challenger footage this
You
weekend.
know, you have a hat that's got a wolf howling at the moon.
Yeah.
How do you feel about that?
Well, you know, this was given to me. It was a gift.
Mhm.
You know, I believe the moon is there.
Yeah. I just want. We had to ask you statements that you just have to go. I didn't. The moon is there. I just, you know.
Yeah, I mean, maybe we didn't land on it. That's
Yeah.
all. I mean, that's a
Yeah.
possibility.
And maybe it's not there.
Yeah, maybe it's not. Who knows?
Yeah.
Sometimes it looks bigger than sometimes it
Mhm.
looks smaller.
Yeah.
Why is it sometimes half? Why is it not? Sometimes it goes. I'm not going
And
to
it's
show
a
myself.
different color every night.
Mhm.
Yeah.
My goodness.
Maybe it's because when it has surgery, it gets sweaty, and so when it's half, they're taking the gown
Yeah,
off.
that could be it. Yeah,
Full
it gets,
moons when they.
it's a lot of surgery.
Yeah. What were you gonna say? Challenge something.
I was watching some Challenger footage this weekend. Not to bring it back down, but
Mm-hmm.
pretty brutal to watch.
Just for fun.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I mean, I remember that when it happened.
Yeah. You know,
Yeah.
they didn't die in the explosion.
Oh, really?
They died when they hit the ground.
Mm.
Oh,
Yeah. So anyway,
The
kids.
The way he said that, it made it seem like it was positive, right?
Yeah.
They didn't die in the explosion. You go, oh.
Yeah.
He's like, yeah, they died when they hit the ground.
Yeah.
I didn't mean to do that.
Yeah.
I thought
Nate thought he didn't know how to end it.
Huh?
They
we
made
all
it?
know, well, they died, but I just didn't.
Nate didn't. He just found out.
Now there's spoiler alert. I guess shout it out. No, it's very.
They just found some of the wreckage in the ocean, didn't they?
I don't know.
I think like last week they found some.
Oh boy.
So that's not even you. That didn't even make you go watch it. You just.
Just every now and then I just want to see,
Mhm.
you know,
Krista McAuliffe.
what is that?
She was
The teacher?
The teacher.
The
Yeah.
teacher that went up
Yeah.
there. Yeah.
I remember Garth Brooks had the song "The Dance," and it had,
Had some footage in the video.
yeah,
Lebanon High School, our English teacher, was one of the finalists to go.
Really?
Yeah.
Did you like
Oh,
the teacher?
really?
Bonnie Fakes, Miss Fakes. I was in junior high when that happened, but then I had her later on, and her hall pass to go to the bathroom was a toy space shuttle.
Wow. How close was she? Do you think to the finalists? I mean, do you think?
Could you Google it?
Yeah.
I mean, I think she was like, it wasn't like maybe won the final round, but it was pretty close.
Yeah, man, that's got to be so crazy. to
Bonnie
just be-
Bonnie Fakes was her name.
It's called the
Uh,
Teacher in Space program.
fakes, huh?
Yeah.
Someone outer space named Fakes.
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden,
There were 10 finalists. So 114 applicants were notified of their, and then, so
11,000 teachers. sent in.
11,000, more than 40,000 people applied.
Oh wow.
maybe she was one of the 114.
Okay. Why don't you just think it was one of the 10?
She could have
I didn't
been.
want
yeah.
to. Yeah. I mean, that's got to be crazy just to be. Yeah.
Old Bonnie Fakes.
Miss Fakes.
John Musetto. Nate, would you consider writing a book? And if so, do you see your humor translating well onto the page?
No.
No, because it's going to be me reading my audiobook is just, hold on, let me do it again.
How do you say this? Well, you wrote it.
All right. Just y'all finish this page on your own, and I'm going to meet you on the second page. A lot of that. You have 24 hours.
That is a fun audiobook, actually, to go, listen, you finish this on your own.
Yeah. Yeah, you guys are there.
Yeah, you got it.
There's Miss Fakes.
You retired
Oh,
in
yeah.
2017.
All right.
So yeah, I've had some people asked about writing a book. So we'll see
Fiction.
if I get yeah, whichever one that is, and that's the fake one.
yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, yeah, I've had people ask. So we'll see. We'll see if it happens.
It did always seem weird that
I would like to. It'd be neat.
fiction is
Yeah,
the fake one and then non-fiction is the real one.
That's true.
It seems like the non would be the fake.
Hmm. That's why I think I get messed up.
Well, not if it's negating a word that means fake.
But why
Right,
would you
you know
not
what I
call it? It'd be like if the word is fake. So why would you say, well, this is the fake one, this is the not fake
think-
one? You would say like the 2-word one should be the one that's having to be like, no, we're not real. Don't worry. Like we're the non-real one. But then it's real. So here I'm reading real, and this is non-real because everything's non. You don't ever go
That's
like that's the
assuming-
non-truth. You don't ever. Someone's like, are you telling the truth? You go, he's telling the non-truth.
Right?
You don't do it like that. You would go like, yeah, I'm reading a real book. Well, this is a non-real book.
Well, what if there are more fiction books than nonfiction?
I mean, I think that's why when
Yeah.
I first started writing books, nobody's writing their autobiography.
Right.
They're writing made up stories.
Right.
And you can't, I
Well,
guess,
then make up a different word.
that's what I think. Because you can't just say fiction and truth because just because it's nonfiction doesn't mean it's the truth.
Maybe they tried that and people like you shut them down. Like,
Yeah.
nah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean,
There's
you're literally business is built off words,
Mm-hmm.
and the smartest thing you can come up with is to put non in front of it.
Right.
You can't think of another like thing to go. It's this. Is it fiction or is it
Well,
fraction?
then you got historical fiction and historical nonfiction. So that you,
Can
you
you, I
can
know, but like
modify
have like
those words.
fiction and fraction. Like I'm just making that word up. My book's gonna be fraction,
Yeah.
Yeah.
but it should be a different word.
I agree.
Well,
function.
they do that with TV,
No.
right? You got scripted television, and then you got documentaries, right?
Non-scripted.
So you're saying they should have
Non-scripted.
just done it.
They have non-scripted. It's reality TV though.
Yeah, reality.
That's reality TV.
Yeah.
And so, yeah, it's like they should just do something like that.
Mhm.
Because I always get messed up because it's like you don't think the one that says non in front of it is going to be the truth. You don't rarely hear about
See.
a book about the truth that starts with now this is not a like
Yeah.
it's just not a lie,
Yeah,
but
but
that's-
lies and non-lies.
not lies and
The
non-lies.
truth is your default, is what you're telling me, right?
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah.
obviously, if you don't tell me what kind of book it is, I assume it's a real thing,
Mhm.
right?
Yeah. So
That's
you're
what I'm
arguing.
saying. It's a good trait that you have.
Oh,
I'm
my
the
default
I'm the
is,
opposite way. I'm
You're arguing
Yeah.
the truth should get the best word, and then the non-truth should have to.
I don't think it should, but it just, I think when you look at it, I look at like if it says non in front of it, I tend to think that's the fake book. Like it's like, this is not true. And then this is true
okay.
because it's just one. So but I'm saying if you did a whole different word, you would never get them mixed up.
That's true. We'll stick with fraction.
Fraction, fiction and
Fiction
fraction.
and fraction.
Mm-hmm.
I'm looking for the fraction section.
Fiction, they
You
go,
trying to
oh.
do math?
No, no, no,
looking
no,
for the
no.
truth.
Yeah. yeah. I'm not doing the, yeah. You don't believe in math? Kind of. Kind of.
Parts of it.
All right. Oh man, guys, I'm so excited to tell you about Solo Stove. Let me tell you, the weather's getting cold. I was just in Minneapolis. Feels like 1 degrees up
Yeah.
there. Couldn't handle it. I wish I had my Solo Stove with me. I've been setting it up on my deck outside, heating it up, getting the fire going. It is the best fire pit I've ever seen. If you don't want to smell like a campfire, that's great because it's smokeless. So you won't reek of a campfire when you're done. There's no setup. You get the box, you open it up, it's ready to go. Just a little fire starter wood, and you have a nice fire quickly. I'm an idiot. I can't do anything that men are supposed to do, and I got a fire going pretty easily. And I have the stand, actually, so I can put it on my wood deck, and it won't heat up, and I don't have to worry about the deck catching on fire. So you can get that stand. You can get a shelter for it, so you can just leave it out on the deck. You got a carrying case that comes with it. It's awesome. Upgrade your backyard with a Solo Stove fire pit. It's the perfect way to get outside and spend more time with family and friends. Build great memories. How many of your best memories happen around a fire?
A lot of them.
A lot of them. Something about a fire.
Mhm.
It's a context
Oh, it's awesome.
for a good evening. Let the gifting begin. It's the best time to buy one. Shop Solo Stove Cyber Monday sale for huge site-wide savings. Get $10 off with promo code Nate, plus a lifetime warranty and free 30-day returns. Get an extra $10 off holiday deals at solostove.com. Promo code Nate.
Boom.
Mark it off because I mean the holidays you got to start buying presents.
I
It's
know.
like
earlier and earlier, I feel
boom.
like.
yeah, just go and
That's
get
what
it.
we're talking about today.
Get everybody in your life a Solo Stove.
Now, the only problem with that is
What's that?
Cyber Monday. It's already happened by the time this comes out.
But
It
companies
lasts all.
companies treat Cyber Monday like girls treat their birthday. You know what I mean? It's kind of like a month.
So it's really
Cyber
not just that
month.
Monday.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Mhm.
Okay.
So it'll last a
All
while.
right.
Yeah, that goes away once those girls get older.
You'd think.
You think they still do it?
I think they still.
No, I
they
don't
still
think they
I
do.
think a lot of them
No, I don't.
Well, I mean, y'all are hanging out with different age girls.
do. That's true.
Yeah,
No,
the
yeah,
same
no,
girls.
I'm saying it's, but like I think once a lady hits 40, I think
Right.
40's big, and then once they hit 40, they
Mhm.
keep their mouth shut until they ride it out. You know? Yeah.
You're like, finally.
Yeah. They kind of, it's all like, how old are you? Oh, you're just celebrating birthdays that are like,
Uh-huh.
I don't know what we're,
Yeah. I didn't know that that's the age cutoff you're talking about. I thought you meant like after like their kids. Because some young adults still make a big deal out of it.
Yeah.
All right.
All right. Well, today we're talking about holiday shopping. Dusty, right up your alley.
I love it. Oh man, I get right into it.
All right.
Shopping.
Well, does anybody know how Black Friday got its name?
Something
I
about
don't know if we're allowed
the
to talk about
the
it.
financial stuff. Like if you're in the red, you're like
Good job, Dusty.
broke, and if you're in the black, you're doing well. Is that right? something like that.
Opposite.
So condescending the way
Yeah.
you just.
No, I was
It's
just
actually
impressed.
really nice, Dustin.
Good job, Dusty.
Somebody's been reading.
Good job, buddy. Good job. Pat you on the head if I could reach you.
Yeah.
And again, by the time this come out,
Yeah, I mean, I'm
Black
no
Friday's
Mad
already happened,
Matt or nothing, but
Mad Max.
Mad Mike Hughes, but I'm doing it.
Well, it started
So why are we doing Black Friday after it's already come?
well, we're doing holiday shopping, but
Okay, holiday shopping.
It's Cyber Monday
Yeah.
week. You know.
Yes.
yeah, so
So by the time this comes out, everything's done.
not everything. There are a few
Okay.
things that are
All right.
going to be done.
Yeah.
Black Friday, Cyber
Today's
Monday.
is specifically about
Right.
November 27th.
Right.
And you're like, well, it's already, you're like, well, we're doing it
It's
after.
in a Halloween candy episode.
Yeah.
Black Friday, late 50s, cops in Philadelphia were complaining about having to work the day after Thanksgiving, and it was the busiest day of the year because the Army-Navy game was going on, and people were in the streets everywhere. And not only were they not off, they had to work extra long hours. It was really hard, and they called it Black Friday. And then it kind of took off that's day after Thanksgiving's Black Friday, but the stores were like, that doesn't sound good. That sounds negative.
Mhm.
So they tried to change it to Big Friday, but it just didn't work.
Big Friday doesn't sound good after a day of eating Thanksgiving.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's true.
So when the big ones come out. That's what, if someone thought that, like, it just, they go, what is it? It goes, big people shop.
Yeah,
They're all going to show up at once.
Yeah.
It's going to be a nightmare.
He goes,
Aisles crowded.
snow outside, air conditions cranked. You don't turn your air conditioner off till after Big Friday because everybody knows that.
So Black Friday, it just stuck. And after a while, it started trickling around the country. It wasn't until the 80s, though. But
I still don't understand why it's called that.
well, it was negative. It was like, it's like a bad thing at
Yeah.
first. But then that name just kind of stuck in around Philadelphia for the day after Thanksgiving.
Yeah.
But these stores want to do sales, so they didn't want to call it Black. So they tried to call it Big Friday, but people just liked the term Black Friday. So eventually, kind of just started spreading, and then stores were like, "All right, let's spin it this way. Let's say we've been in the red all year,
Right.
so if we have a big sales day, we could get in the black, and that could become Black
And the
Friday."
black is good.
Yes,
Yeah.
yes.
Do you think would be in the green?
Yeah. Why would they not do green?
Because black is the right one.
Oh, like when you type it?
If you type on like a balance sheet on like an Excel spreadsheet, if
Yeah.
it's negative, it's red. If it's positive, it's just normal
Yeah.
black.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, because it's like the ink type is black.
No,
Right.
an Excel spreadsheet's on a computer.
Okay, so it could be you could be green then.
I mean, it could be, yeah, but this is like the generally accepted practice of how like books are kept.
Yeah.
I think. Yeah.
That head nod that you gave was like, I don't know,
Yeah.
but I'm moving on.
But even on a computer
That's
screen like
fair.
that, it's black type.
Yeah, it is.
That's the given.
That's very good, Brian.
It wasn't until 2005 that Black Friday became the busiest shopping day of the year. So it's a relatively
2005?
yeah,
Wow.
What was it before that, you think? Was it just no day in particular? Just kind of a.
It
probably
had to be probably
probably
that day.
they've got a day for everything now. Super Saturday is the last Saturday before Christmas, and some years Super Saturday's even been the biggest year. The biggest single day in U.S. retail history was in 2019 on Super Saturday.
Mm.
It's
Everybody's getting ready for COVID.
Yeah.
gotta stock up, right? We talked about last year on Thanksgiving. The day after Thanksgiving is the busiest day of the year for plumbers. Same for stores. Plumbers, so many people at stores that
Mhm.
it's the busiest day of the year for plumbers.
Wow.
There have been
Big Friday.
Brown Friday.
Yeah.
I mean, it was obvious.
Yeah.
I think everybody made that joke. in
Oh, it
their
was
head.
fun.
Yeah.
Since 2006, 17 people have died and 125 people injured on Black Friday.
How many people have died?
17.
Only 17. Like 17.
1-7.
Okay.
Yeah.
Your chances of
I mean, not only, but you know what I mean.
Yeah, right.
your chances of dying on Black Friday are greater than being killed by a shark.
Hmm.
It's on land too.
Yep.
So what if you had a Black Friday sale in the ocean? You had to swim to it. I mean, 50-50.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it wouldn't be good. So Thanksgiving used to always be the last Thursday of the month. But sometimes that would make, depending on the calendar fall, that would make Black Friday, then they just called it Friday, but not sometimes it would not be till December 1st. And retailers are complaining that that's not enough shopping time for people. So
Who are
Franklin,
they complaining to?
Lobbyists, probably.
yeah,
Oh,
probably because the president got involved.
Yeah.
And Franklin Roosevelt changed it to where it's always going to be the fourth Thursday of the month, not just necessarily the last Thursday of the
So
month.
that they always have more than 3 weeks to
Yeah.
shop for Christmas stuff.
Wow. So the retail stores really have some power to change the holidays.
Oh, yeah.
yeah.
Big time.
Big time.
Yeah,
That's crazy.
They called it Franksgiving after Franklin D. Roosevelt for a while. And then Congress passed a resolution making it the fourth Thursday in November, Thanksgiving.
Oh, it's nice.
Is that what a resolution? This means that they're like, all right, we're good. Like a trial run, and now we,
It's just the declaration,
Resolved it.
right?
I guess.
Yeah,
I
I
don't
feel
know.
good about
I
it.
don't know.
yeah.
I don't know if you had to
Yeah.
make it a law, but
See, I think when people ask dumb questions,
This was
If
this,
you
was-
would-
this
see,
is what
this
the guy
is-
was saying.
this is the reaction though. It should just be like, because it's like people feel dumb asking. Nobody had an answer,
Right.
and then but you look at me, and it makes me feel like I'm the dumb one, and
Mhm.
everybody's like, well, what's the answer? He's like, well, you know, it's something.
Right. It's like, it's a
Yeah.
teddy bear and a kid.
Yeah, it's about a teddy bear and a kid, you know.
Yeah.
Franklin D. Roosevelt.
Was it a joint resolution? Is that what it
yeah,
was?
joint resolution.
It's a legislative measure that requires passage by the Senate in the House and is presented to the president for their approval or disapproval. Generally, there's no legal difference between a joint resolution and a bill. So it's just another word for it.
I figured it was less than a bill because you can't make someone celebrate Thanksgiving on a certain day.
But you gotta make.
It
You
says-
gotta. All the calendar people gotta know.
Yeah, that's true.
You gotta make a calendar. You know, that's they're making like regular calendars. It's like some guy got ahead of it. When did they pass this? Or the guy's like already made next year's calendar, dude. And he goes, oh, I mean, then the calendar people get their lobbyists,
Yeah.
and then they're
Yeah. They're
Right,
upset.
furious.
I
They're
mean,
upset.
they've made prints.
yeah.
So joint resolutions generally are vehicles for purposes such as the following: authorizing small appropriations, giving a little money to people, continuing resolutions, building commissions like the 9/11 Commission after 9/11, or declaring war. So it kind of got the full spectrum of what they can
Because
do.
you know, like when you sit down on the desk, it's like it's either gonna be if you're like today's fun.
yeah,
You go, what are we doing? Thanksgiving. Oh, that's nice.
Ooh,
Yeah.
that's fun.
Because
All
about
right.
afterwards, a lot of war.
Yeah. We're like, Thanksgiving's wrapped up. Now to the war.
Now to the war.
There's a great Thanksgiving episode of The West Wing. Just throwing that out there.
Oh yeah.
Worth watching.
Is it about this?
It's about a lot of this. Yeah, yeah.
Oh, really?
It ends with him saying, "Now I get to go out and declare a national day of Thanksgiving." Man, this is a good job, the president, as he walks out.
Oh, wow.
It's a hot episode.
It's good.
All right.
So ruined though. We do know the end.
Well, a lot happens.
Yeah.
I didn't spoil any major plot
Yeah.
for that episode.
There's a plot like someone doesn't want Thanksgiving on Wednesday, and then he's like, no.
No, it's a bunch of
That's dope.
it's a big group of people from China escape China because of religious persecution. They're Christians, and they show up on the shores of the United States, and the president has to decide whether they can stay. So there's a lot.
And at the
going
end
on.
of it,
It's
he
on
leaves them
Thanksgiving.
out there and just goes, "Happy Thanksgiving." yeah.
I'll be back Friday.
yeah.
Big Friday tomorrow.
Big
Okay.
Friday,
Yeah, Big
Super
Friday.
Saturday, and then we're gonna do those people.
So-
All right.
So there's a history of gift giving dating all the way back to Rome. So there was a pagan holiday called Saturnalia.
Hmm.
It was a harvest festival celebrating the sun, and pagans loved to celebrate, so they would exchange gifts. Usually, gifts they made, wax candles or figurines, things like that. and the Christians wanted to celebrate Christmas, but this was the big holiday in Rome around mid-December, so they kind of agreed let's just go in together on it and make Christmas December 25th.
Oh, okay. Co-opt it.
Kind of co-opt it. So that's how the idea of gift giving became a thing around Christmas time, because
Interesting.
It was actually.
I feel like pagans had a good run at it.
Yeah,
They were dominating for
yeah.
a while.
Yeah, I mean, I mean, I don't want to get too into that, but I know I've read quite a bit about Saturnalia, and yeah,
Out of all the things,
yeah.
what do you know about it?
Well, I mean, it does seem like that. Pretty much, that's what Christmas is now. It's like, we say, we add a religious touch to it, but really, we took on all the Saturnalia things.
Yeah,
We took the fun stuff.
Yeah,
We got rid of the bad stuff. I always thought that I was not taught, but I just assumed that the gift giving was rooted in the three magi.
Yeah, that's what I always
bringing
heard.
gifts to the baby Jesus. You can just tell yourself that's where it comes from.
I mean, that's what I've always been told.
Okay.
Yeah.
But you're not
But
buying
once
it.
you
caught 'em.
got into it,
Yeah, I mean, no, I mean, I don't know.
that's
just,
what Drinking Dusty thought.
Yes,
Yeah.
Drinking Dusty thought that. Yeah, the wise men came and
Yeah.
brought frankincense and myrrh and gold.
And that's why we
right.
celebrated.
Yeah, and because we decided, well, these guys brought Jesus gifts, so what we'll do is now we'll just give gifts to each other,
Yeah.
right?
Oh, yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah.
They gave him gifts, so we'll
Being
celebrate.
like, why would you? Yeah.
That's not a crazy leap in my mind.
We'll celebrate it by just giving them to each other here.
Yeah, like you should be giving gifts. But you're giving
It's
gifts to
tough
another
to
person.
give
You're not-
Jesus
you're not taking.
perfume
Yeah.
these days.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
But
You
if
know?
if you get you're giving gifts to other people.
Yeah, you see Christ in somebody else and
Yeah.
you give them a gift, right?
a gift of love, like a gift of here's my something.
yeah.
What about Hanukkah? Would you be okay with gift giving for Hanukkah?
I mean, I don't know. I don't know a lot about Hanukkah. I don't really celebrate that either. But
Oh, you don't?
nah.
I thought you did. I'm sorry.
I'd love to meet the man that you talk to the most. You got to have one guy that you just really
Oh,
go
yeah.
to.
A source.
yeah.
A source. Yeah, you got to have some source. And I'd love to see where this, I don't know if he's in the woods or if he comes around or if you gotta bang sticks together to get him to come out to you. But I'd love to see what that guy's
Yeah,
up
there's
to.
some people.
Yeah, we got
Yeah.
some guys.
Yeah.
Well, it kind of grew and grew, but then by 1600s in America, the Puritans were like, "This is getting out of hand. All this gift giving."
Right.
So the leaders outlawed Christmas celebrations on the ground that it was too luxurious of a practice, and there was no justified reason for celebrating them. Boom.
Mm. That's when you probably would have, if you could pick to be alive right then.
Yeah. Yeah. I
It was
mean, that's
when
good. That's a good time.
The
yeah.
least fun ever was happening.
Well, they might have been having a good time. It's
I
just
don't
been
think they were.
it's
having
just
a
been
good time.
recorded as we weren't having fun.
But they were having fun. You didn't have the pressure of buying everybody something.
Yeah.
They had the pressure of trying to grow crops to not die every winter. You know what I mean?
He's
Well,
not far from that.
yeah.
He's
I mean, that's pretty much what people did for a long time.
a couple
understand
he's a
that.
couple microwaves just away from that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Don't you think future generations will look back on us like, man, that was a hard time. They were not having fun. Because by
I
then they're
don't
going to be
know.
like, people actually died back then.
What are we doing that they will not be doing 100 years from now? I mean, I guess we can't even imagine, but there are.
I was looking up like future stuff, like phones. Like
Mhm.
I'm so over my phone, and it's and it seems like the getting a new phone every year, like that craze is like kind of over.
Hope
Like,
so.
yeah, I mean, I always did like the thing where you could like redo it, and I was excited, and I haven't done it now. And you're like, all right, like it's like kind of just like I'm not doing this again. Like you're making the same phone, and then Bill Gates, your buddy,
Yeah.
and he said.
Former, also a fellow landowner. Man.
Yeah,
Yeah. Yeah.
yeah,
Got a few acres out
Yeah.
there.
Yeah.
yeah. You probably are a lot more like than you think.
Yeah. Yeah.
And then, but he's like, there's gonna be an electronic tattoo. It's a lot of ends up being chip stuff.
Yeah.
It's a lot of.
Yeah.
It's kind of like I was reading like what would cell phones be, and it's like, well, you just have chips, and then it's going to be so normal that you would feel very weird not even having it, and like all this kind of stuff. But I was like, that's a big thing to have to switch a lot of people to be like, just put this like chip in your brain or something, and
Yeah.
then you're like, what? Like that's going to be a lot to get I don't think
And then
that's
you
as close.
never escape your phone.
You never escape your phone, and you never escape. I mean,
There's no distinction between the two. You are your phone. There's
Yeah.
it's not a distinct.
Well,
device.
they was saying like you're going to be eventually your brain would be a computer, so everybody's a walking computer. So
right.
you kind of just know everybody knows everything.
Elon Musk
So you
used
could
to
tell
talk
when
about
someone's
that.
lying. You could tell when someone's like you couldn't get like it's like I don't even see the I guess
appeal
there's
of it.
pros of it. Yeah, it's
Yeah.
like but there's no any human nature, the fun of life of being like or like originality or all that kind of stuff. I guess you would have your personality, and so it would just be like almost best personalities would win. Or I bet be a lot more killing people.
Yeah, I
Because
mean,
you're going to be like, he knows everything I know. I know everything, it's like, and you didn't go like, the odds of me, I know how to not get caught. And then,
yeah, Elon Musk used to talk about Neuralink,
Yeah.
where he said
Mhm.
AI would be so advanced that we would need to plug in to download to,
Yeah, to keep them from taking over.
yes.
He still talks about that.
Does he?
He's a little busy right now with Twitter, but
Okay.
but
Yeah, I haven't heard.
Neuralink's still a company. They tried it on some pigs.
Okay. Wow.
What do we get them to do?
It didn't work. He did a live demonstration with some pigs, and it didn't
work?
It didn't go so well.
Maybe don't do it live.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's a great episode of Black Mirror about this exact thing, where all of them have sort of a camera in their eye, and then some of them elect just to take it out because they
have to cut it out.
Because the cons outweigh
Yeah.
the pros living life this way.
I would watch it, but are they cutting their eye? Like
No, there's no gore. or
Black
anything
Mirror
like
is
that.
too much.
Black Mirror is a lot, and it's like there's a lot of stuff where you're like, well, this is pretty. Like it's describing what's actually happening right
Yeah.
now.
The social credit score kind of
that
episode
that
is
one's
very,
crazy.
yeah,
Yeah.
very scary.
Oh, I don't watch it.
I'm not into it. I mean, I watched it, but I was like, I can't.
It's an easy show to watch because it's an anthology series, so it's
Yeah.
not like you can just watch any individual episode.
It's like the
You
Twilight
don't-
Zone.
Yeah, exactly. You don't have to sit down and watch all of them. White Christmas. It's a good one to start with, I think.
Oh yeah,
John Hamm's in it. He's
Oh,
very good.
He's in everything. He's another one.
Sorry.
I thought you almost read my mind there. I thought the other day, like, golly,
He has a
he's in
urinary
this-
chip in his head.
Yeah,
Yeah, he's in
The
even
I thought we
Rock's in
talked
it,
about
too,
it.
yeah.
progressive
Is it?
commercials.
No.
No, but John Hamm, you're
Yeah.
like, what are you get at? Like
He's charming and he's funny, and he's talented.
but it's like all the commercials. I know. I'm not. None of these people are not charming.
I
You're going to
know.
meet them. They're going to be the greatest people you ever
I
meet in your
know.
life. I understand that. But it's like he's in those commercials now, and like you're just like, all right, dude, you're just everywhere.
This was a while ago, but yeah.
Yeah. Well, this
So-
was when it was probably great to have John Hamm.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it's still, but he was great in
Mad Men,
yeah. What was the
Bridesmaids.
Bridesmaids?
He's great in
yeah.
Bridesmaids. He's great in The Town. You ever see
Yeah.
that?
Oh.
That's a great movie.
Yeah, he is. Yeah, he's great in a lot of stuff. That's
Yeah.
why he gets the stuff. But it's just, I feel like it's a commercial. It's like the stuff where you're like, I can't be seeing you.
Top Gun 2 is where you saw him recently.
Yeah,
He's in the new Top Gun movie.
Mhm.
you're like, I just can't be seeing you too much. Like, and I think you got to be like, once you cross into commercials, you're like, I can't see you every day.
Mhm. Mhm.
Yeah,
Yeah, I get that.
Well, what do we have now that we didn't have 100 years ago?
No, almost everything.
yeah.
Yeah, it'll be the same thing. Transportation. Think about how much better it is now than it is 100 years ago.
You're telling me that I just have a hard time believing the difference in our everyday lives 100 years from now will be more different than the difference between now and 1900.
Well, if you can,
just so
like-
much more advanced, so much more happened in that amount of time.
I think it'll be more.
The
I think it's gonna be
internet,
worse.
electricity. I mean, everything happened in those last few. You think it'll be even crazier? It's exponential growth,
I do.
technological.
I think
yeah.
it's going to be worse,
Well,
not
that's-
better.
Well, that's the
No,
different
that's-
argument.
That's a different argument. We're talking
Yeah.
about
Yeah.
how
That's
much
true.
different it's going to be.
Yeah.
like, it's going to be like back to the other one.
Yeah, maybe.
1900s. Yeah.
I think like we'll be able to travel to other countries in minutes instead of hours,
hmm
stuff like that.
Okay. Yeah,
I know, yeah.
that would change life more than
This might be a time where you don't want to say we. 100 years. And you're like, we're going to be able to do a lot of stuff. You're like, oh. They might be able to do it.
Oh yeah.
You guys.
Yeah.
Eleanor might be able to.
Yeah. I won't be able to win this bet. Aaron will be like, "Oh, he was right. No, too bad."
Eleanor, I mean, they might because it's Harper's 10. Eleanor's 1. Yeah, I mean, even by then,
Who knows?
I was even giving Aaron credit
I
to
know.
still be here
That was nice. Thanks, man.
because people will be living so much longer.
Yeah. I mean, they could be. I have to be 143.
Be tough.
It's been done.
When?
Be
I
tough.
don't know. There was some guy in I think Iran or Iraq, a country in the Middle East, who claims I'm 160 years old. We were talking about this dude.
I think
We
so.
had no way to prove that he was that old, but you can just claim it.
Yeah.
122 is the record that
The official record.
Guinness honors, I
Yeah.
think. But in the Bible, they lived in the 900s.
Mm-hmm.
So, Dusty, what was the top when you were 10 years old? What was the hot toy?
When I was 10, that would have, I don't know, Ninja Turtles, G.I. Joes,
Yeah.
What year were you born?
82.
Okay. Well, 1990, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles were the top toy sold that year.
Yeah.
That was
So that's
big
pretty
Ninja
close.
Turtles.
Yeah. Yeah. I love Ninja Turtles.
Yeah.
Ninja Turtles, G.I. Joes. I mean, I had a little Ninja Turtle sewer set
Wow.
where you had the city
Yeah.
and then you could go down into the sewer.
Yeah. So y'all doing all right in the trailer.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, that's what I always say. It's like, it's not that we didn't have money. We didn't know how to spend money.
Yeah.
So we lived in a trailer, but I had the Ninja Turtle sewer set.
Is this the sewer set right here?
I don't know. Yeah, I guess so. I also had a He-Man kind of set like that. So it's, look, this one up here. Yeah.
Oh, this one?
What this looks more like it. I think that may be the same, but
that's the same one.
gives me a better angle.
It's
Yeah.
taken with a little bit worse camera.
Yeah,
So that
yeah.
reminded you of
Yeah,
it
yeah.
more.
Yeah. Angle looks about the same
Yeah.
too. But I thought it was the same picture. And you go, look at the two angles. It's just a little bit.
That's the other one.
The fact that you couldn't put it together from that one, and then you go, nah, that was it. Yeah, and when I go back and look at that other one, that was it too. Yeah, I think I had a He-Man. I think I got one big.
Yeah, He-Man, you get
Skeletor.
the castle.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you got a joke about He-Man, don't you?
Yeah, I used to do a joke about it. Yeah. Yeah, about I got shot in the chest with a BB gun when I was like 5, and I was playing He-Man. And I was like, I put my sword up. I was like, I have by the power of Grayskull. And then my cousin shot me in the chest. And I say that, had I made the full transition to He-Man, obviously it would have bounced right off. But
Yeah, he caught his perfect timing.
yeah, I don't think that's the joke actually, but
All right.
but that's the truth.
It's on making that fudge. isn't
Yeah.
it? Yeah.
I haven't told that joke since I recorded it.
Yeah, sounds like a good one.
It
Think how.
was a hot one at the time.
Yeah.
It's a good
At the
2014 joke.
Yeah,
So Cyber Monday became.
when He-Man was topical.
Yeah. I like to keep it fresh.
I'm joking. I had old jokes.
Cyber Monday became a thing in 2000. First became a thing in 2005, and the reason it took off is
Internet.
partially so.
Played a big role.
Yeah.
It did play a very big role, but people's home internet was so bad that on Monday when they went back to work, everybody got on their computer and started buying stuff.
Oh,
Oh, okay.
So you're off Friday, but your dial-up's terrible. Saturday, so you go back Monday, you got good computer.
Oh, so you would do all your online shopping at work?
Yes.
yeah.
That's
Yes.
interesting.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then some lady just named it Cyber Monday and it took off.
They should call it Red Monday because no one's working and productivity's
Some
down.
lady started calling it.
Yeah. Feels like Cyber Monday. Maybe pass that around. She goes,
Somebody's got a case of the Cyber Mondays. And then there's Giving Tuesday. That just started in 2012.
yeah,
Oh, who started? Some dude?
yeah.
92nd Street YMCA in New York.
Where's it at?
Now there's Green Monday. That's the last day before you can order something online and be delivered by Christmas.
What day is that?
Usually,
With Amazon, it's a week of,
usually the second Monday of December. After doing internal research, they realized second Monday in December is the last day shoppers were able to place an online order that would arrive in time for the holidays.
But that's outdated. Yeah. Now Amazon, you could.
You say my research is outdated?
No, what? Well, whoever. I'm just saying.
I could order a He-Man right now and it would be at my house before I get home.
Oh, really?
No, but not
Oh.
really. But sometimes you can get it same day.
Yeah.
Yeah, probably not a
He can-
He-Man
yeah.
though. It's got to be something that's really
I think
hot.
you'd be surprised.
Yeah, something really hot that they're selling a lot of. They just have at the warehouse.
Like Amazon products, like the Echo Dots and those stuff. They're just
Yeah.
handing those out.
Yeah.
I bet a Fire Stick.
But He-Man would be like,
There's also
I can get that one. I can overnight this. He-Man will be here at 4 a.m.
wow.
That's pretty good.
What about Castle Grayskull there? $228.
there's also Dusty. You like this? Buy Nothing Day.
Oh yeah.
It's a day of protest against consumerism. That's kind of like Festivus we talked about.
Yeah. What
good.
day is that?
The same day as Black Friday.
Oh, nice. It's working pretty good, huh?
Yeah. Buy Nothing Day.
Really making a dent.
Mm.
Yeah, maybe the people who started Buy Nothing Day could pick a different day.
Yeah. I guess they're trying to.
They're trying to counter it, but yeah, they should probably just pick a day that might actually.
Have some impact.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Buy Nothing Day is also like avoid the crowd day.
Yeah. I mean, I feel like Black Friday's even going to go. I mean,
Oh, it has because now everything's opening on Thanksgiving night.
oh.
Like Walmart's open on Thanksgiving, or I believe it is. It
Yeah.
was last year, right?
I
So-
did always like that stuff was open on holidays. Like,
Mm-hmm.
because you always you can end up having a time on holidays where you're like, I just want to get out. And you can,
Oh, you do like it?
yeah.
Oh, okay.
I mean, I feel bad for, people that have to work there, but it's like, it's the idea that you're like, like, I mean, I don't think there's something fun about going to McDonald's on a Thanksgiving or something.
going to the movies. Movies.
Yeah,
It's a big day
movies
for
are-
movies, right?
yeah,
Christmas.
Movies are
Yeah.
super fun. Yeah,
Yeah.
you go do something, it just feels, you're like, you really feel like we're all off.
Yeah.
Yeah. I saw the movie Street Fighter on Christmas with my mom one time. You remember that? Jean-Claude Van Damme?
I
Street
think,
Fighter? Yeah.
I
that was
thought
a
you
good
were
one.
going to say like the new, isn't there a new one?
Oh, maybe. Yeah, we saw the old one though. She loved that Raul Julio, whatever.
Raul Julia.
Yeah,
Oh,
she loved that
yeah,
guy,
1994.
I thought you were gonna say with your buddy you stuck out of the house. Like, no, I went with my mom.
Yeah, oh, yeah.
Mm.
My mom loves a movie.
So Amazon's 42% of people buy their stuff on Amazon now. Walmart's second.
Wow.
I believe it.
Just buying everything. I mean, it's going to be,
Are you brick and mortar, or you like to go check it out, or you like to order online?
I thought you said Rick and Mortar, like the,
that TV, that show.
yeah.
Rick and
Rick
Morty?
and Morty
or like I was thinking a radio show, like welcome back to Rick and Mortar.
in the morning.
Yeah. I like going to play. I'd rather go somewhere.
So brick and
and
mortar.
see it.
Yeah.
Rick and Mortar.
I feel like they always betray me. Like I bought a mattress one time from a place, and then they were very slow about getting it to me. And then I tried to call, and they were like, the number they gave me to call was like, "Oh, we only process the online orders."
Oh.
If and they made it really hard. And then like I bought a suitcase from a place in the mall, and the wheel broke, and I couldn't get anybody online. I had to take it back to the store. You just buy things online,
Mhm.
they'll really help you. I want to support the store
Mm.
because I like to go into stores. I think that's
Yeah.
fun, but it feels like it always betrays me. They're just like, everybody's lazy. Nobody wants to do anything.
Yeah.
I took the wheel off
Yeah,
the suitcase into the store, hoping they would just give me a new wheel. They laughed at me, and they were like, "You got to bring the whole suitcase in." So I had to go home, put the wheel back on the suitcase, take them the suitcase, just so they could mail it in and then mail it back to me with a new wheel.
Oh, dude. If they laughed at me, I would have.
I was very upset.
I would have
Yeah.
not gone
Enough.
back out of principle.
It would have been enough.
It would have been
Yeah,
enough
yeah.
situation.
Yeah, that's an enough situation.
No, in reality, what I would have done is I would have been furious. I would have been polite to them. I would have left, and I would yell
Yeah.
about it in my car by myself.
Yeah,
That's what I did.
You know, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I can't believe they just didn't trust that you were a guy being honest with a will.
I
with
know.
A random will.
No, that's what I'm saying. I just want a replacement wheel.
Yeah.
That's all I want.
I never thought about it from that perspective.
Yeah.
But I'll just buy a new wheel. I mean, you don't even have to give it to me, but they didn't have them for sale. Wasn't even an option.
Yeah. I don't think they sell luggage piece by piece.
Yeah, I mean, but they should have some wheels in there.
Yeah.
Is all I'm saying.
They should have some.
Yeah.
They should be able to not mail it out. You
Yeah.
should be like, hey, my zipper and my wheel came off.
Right. You can
It's
go
like-
into a clothing store and ask for some buttons. They'll probably hook you up.
Yeah,
Had a button come off my shirt. Looking for another one.
I think there's usually a button on the thing.
It's usually, I throw that away.
Yeah, you walk around with it for a
I
while.
don't need stuff hanging on.
I don't like it either.
Where am I going to put it?
Yeah, I don't like it either.
Just throw it in the trash.
Yeah. Figure it out later. But I do think it's kind of, they weren't completely wrong. For a man like you to walk in with a random wheel.
You told
With that hat on.
With that hat on, going, well, my wheel on my luggage broke. And they go, we don't know if you have luggage. You might just be trying to get 2 wheels out of it and build your own suitcase out of the parking lot. That's what I would assume. That would make more sense to me than you. I would have been like, please bring it back in. And I'll be shocked if I ever see you again. Because I think you just thought, well, I mean, you're just going to throw that other wheel away. I might as well take it back out with me. And then they see you build
this
suitcase.
could be true. This could all be true. Yeah.
You told that story in a previous episode, and it went nowhere. And you said you were going to try it again, and look at that,
yeah.
it had some traction that time.
Oh yeah, it was with
Craig Garcia.
Yeah.
You
I
been
tried
telling it on stage?
No, I never. No, I just was trying to follow up about he was trying to get rid of some pillows or something, and it just fell flat because he had a good story about returning pillows or boxes or something.
Right. So, and you try to follow it with that story?
I tried to relate
Yeah.
and be like, oh, I got a story like that.
All right.
And, but
you started it with, that ain't nothing.
right. You think that's something, Greg.
Yeah.
They did some research on holiday spending. Music in a store makes a big difference how long someone stays. I think we talk about this with restaurants as well. Upbeat music makes people move faster, so they're not in the store as long. Slower, more soft music makes people slow down and stay longer.
Mm-hmm.
And they want them to stay?
Yeah. So they'll buy more.
I figure you would just be like, you could go in there and boom, 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 you just buying. I think someone a little faster would probably, I thought would spend more.
Depends on what kind of store it is.
Yeah.
Like lids.
So,
That would make them, I don't know. That seems like it's the kind of place.
like that.
You go to lids a lot?
Yeah. I always poke in a lids. I always see what's going on in there.
I mean, I used to too.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
If you're on the road, you're just like, maybe they got
I don't buy hats like you, but I would always poke in to see their Vandy section.
Right.
And I haven't done it because I just don't know if I've seen a lids. But if I did see one, I still go look and see what they got in the Vandy section.
And it's fun being in different parts of the country and seeing they got a lot more of their local teams and stuff.
I don't get that far. I just look at, because I was always so mad that the Vandy section was in the back and small. And
I'm surprised they even had any in most of these places.
They would always have some. But I mean, it's like they're like, You'd find some. I'd find some really cool hats there.
Mm-hmm.
I've been with Aaron on the road to some lids, and I know nothing about buying. Like when we were in Salt Lake City, you want to buy a Salt Lake B.
Yeah,
hat.
I wanted to get a minor league hat.
And we looked at a few, and then we left. And I was like, why didn't you buy one? And you're like, oh, it wasn't the right size. Because I'm not used to fitted hats. You have the exact head size down.
Oh, yeah, I forgot they were fit. I wear a snapback if I have it. But I have to wear a fitted. I wear a pretty big 7 7/8.
You like it loose?
Or
is that a good fit?
Like this is about right. And this is on 2 buttons.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of new era hats, I'm only a 1-button guy. And that's tough. It's barely hanging on.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah. I get on that. Cute.
I've gotten a few complaints about my hats.
Can you lose weight in your head?
Oh, people's heads being too big.
Can I lose weight in my head? I don't know. You definitely lose weight in your face.
Yeah.
But I don't know about, like, my hat size hasn't changed at all. But if you do steroids, your head size changes for sure. I don't know about just
it gets
weight.
bigger?
Oh, way bigger. Yeah. That was one of the things presented against Barry Bonds in court. How his hat size changed since he started doing steroids.
What'd he say? Just
worked out.
Been reading a lot of books.
Yeah. Because I'm smart now.
Growing that
Well, it is
brain.
crazy they never caught him. That's what's crazy.
I think they caught him, right?
I don't think they ever had.
He never tested positive for it at all.
No, I think everybody else got caught.
I mean, there's some strong evidence against him, but there's no
like,
smoking gun.
Yeah, there's no.
Yeah, if they're having to mention your head size, that means they haven't. Oh man, he's got a helmet on.
But I mean, like he gets so much bigger.
Yeah.
Like he's like looks like a different person.
Well, your body type does change over time. I mean, he's so much older in this one, but it's remarkable, the physical difference. So you got on the left, he's thin. Yeah.
But it is, I mean, I don't know.
So Brigham Young University did a study on on buying, and they said people who wear high heels in stores are the best buyers by not overbuying, because wearing high heels, you have a short amount of time before your feet get tired, so you don't linger in there. So the key to not overspending is to wear high heels in a store.
That's where I always go wrong.
And I mean, you imagine, just your feet get tired and embarrassment. I mean, you're barely making it in there.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, go in shirtless. You'll want to get
just
out of
carrying
there
a wheel.
Yeah.
Why do people complain about your hats?
What's that?
Why do people complain about your hats?
Because, they don't. Most people don't. They're very good hats, but people say that. I had people say that their heads are too big for the hat, and I'll go, well, you knew your head was big when you bought this hat. You know what I mean?
Oh, they email you, and you're the customer service rep that emails them back.
Yeah.
And says, well, that's not my fault. Your head's too big.
Right.
It's one size fits most. You're a freak.
Yeah.
So
I am sorry that your head is so big.
But I have one of your hats, Dusty, and it doesn't fit my head. But I never thought, well, I should take it out on the guy who sells the hats.
Yeah.
I think, my head is huge.
I'd like to get you a hat you could wear, though.
I would love one.
I'm going to work on that. I'm going to get some bigger hats.
This is what people want you to do to them.
Yeah. I mean, I hear you.
I mean, this is the literal complaint.
But I'm sitting right next to him.
And you're like, all right, Aaron, I'm going to do it. People are like, I got 50 hats I bought from this guy.
I paid tickets to his show.
Yeah, sat through the whole show.
It's a snapback.
Yeah.
And even the last snap.
I don't get a lot of complaints, but I've had people say it.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't, I'm not so rude to them, but that is kind of my thought.
Do they don't try it on there? I would think you're buying it to just be like, I mean, it's good that the person wants to wear it, but I would think, part of me, like in the scenario that they're buying it out of your trunk, I would say, I'd kind of be like, yeah, I'll just give it to someone or something.
Yeah.
Like it's not.
I like that you say trunk though. That is how it feels though. It's like I go do comedy and then I sell out of my suitcase. Like it is like I'm a traveling salesman that's done a long pitch for my hats.
Yeah.
It's been an hour-long thing, and then I'm like, come get a hat. I'm out there with a cane.
Mm-hmm. All right. I think that covers it.
According to the U.S. Bureau of Labor Statistics, due to inflation, if the 12 days of Christmas would now cost you $41,205.
And what do you think the most expensive?
Glad you asked, Aaron. 7 swans a swimming would be about $13,000.
Wow. More than the 5 golden rings.
Swans cost that much money?
I think a good swan, like a top dollar.
How many 5
swan.
What golden rings?
5 golden rings.
Yeah. How much would it cost?
$13,000.
No, 224,000
for everything.
Yeah,
41,000.
41,000.
Now that's assuming it doesn't stack each day, right? So like the second day, you wouldn't buy the partridge in a pear tree again.
I guess so.
Yeah, it must be okay.
And then you add them all up.
That makes a lot of sense.
It says 9 ladies dancing would be 7,500. So they must be talking about renting for an hour or so.
Yeah, it'd be way more than that if you're buying.
Yeah, illegal too to get to buy.
Right.
Well, you have to have a live swan.
Yeah, the swans are live.
Yeah, so you got
they're swimming.
Swans.
I assume they're alive. Yeah. 4 calling birds, 3. A lot of birds.
Yeah.
Yeah, your house would be so
Your house
loud.
would be a nightmare.
I mean, a nightmare.
Yeah.
There's a couple of swans that hang out outside of the Lexington Comedy off Broadway.
They do, yeah.
I had no idea they were that pricey.
Well, you just go grab those.
Yeah.
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 Probably cut some cost.
Those swans are geese.
There's a little bit of everything out there.
I
but
think I
there
would
is some
like to
swans.
see you go get all these things, Dusty.
Yeah.
Just to how you got it, because I think the swans they'd come from who knows where.
Well, the 5 golden rings might be the hardest just because people don't expect me to buy jewelry when I go into a jewelry store. That is for sure.
the birds.
They're like, yeah, I'll go tell this guy some
You
prices.
could get Joe Zimmerman. He's a bird watcher.
Okay.
Yeah.
I like to watch birds a little bit. He's
Yeah.
really into it?
Oh, he's like way into it.
Okay.
You've got bird watching books, don't you?
Yeah, I got some bird identifying books.
Oh, Joe will talk to you all day.
Oh, yeah.
Mhm.
Here are these swans.
I'm
outside
into
the
that.
comedy club right there. And they'll come up on that parking lot right in front of the club.
Yeah.
I think that's where you grab them.
Yeah. I'll go, these are mine. They're part of my show.
Part of my act.
And they go, where you do a show? Right there.
Yeah.
And
Broadway.
your name's
okay.
on it. And you go, well, all right. Yeah, let them swim out. I mean, if I'm near a lake, I let them stretch your legs.
Yeah.
You walk your dog, don't you?
I gotta walk the swan.
Yeah.
All right.
Hey, how can you prove that's your dog?
Yeah. Yeah. He was like a chip in it. You go, all right.
All right. Well,
Bill
all right.
Gates.
Well, you
Yeah.
got
He
me
goes, well,
there.
get a chip in that swan's neck. Let me know how that goes. A little different game in the swan
Yeah.
business.
Yeah, you can't get it wet.
Can't get it. The chip wet.
Yeah.
But you probably know a guy get you some birds in general.
Yeah, I bet I can find a guy.
A bird guy.
Yeah.
I've been meeting some guys out in McMinnville that I feel I can get about anything.
That dude I met that mows your lawn or
Oh,
whatever.
yeah.
That dude's wild.
Yeah,
He
yeah.
definitely knows a guy.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Like casinos, shopping malls are designed to make people lose track of time. They remove clocks and windows, preview views of the outside world. It's called a scripted disorientation called the Gruen transfer.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, you knew this?
I think so.
Okay.
I mean, I didn't know that was the term they're using these days, but
Yeah. That's
I'm
good.
familiar with the concept.
Solid stuff.
No, it's all right.
I'll give you nothing. I'm sorry.
This might be one of the shorter episodes we've done in a while.
No, it's not that short.
Does Harper have like something she really wants this year? Like a hot toy?
I don't know. I don't know if there's a hot toy. It's like, I mean, so the toy stuff is probably.
Yeah, I looked. Every list was totally different. What the hot toy is?
I think kids want. I mean, if they're get Harper's age, it's like they want money to buy some game or something. Like, you get through a phase of I don't know what big thing you get them. Like, yeah, we're not gonna get her like
Barbie
a-
Dream House.
I mean, the point of like she could probably be saying I want this stuff and she doesn't. She's just saying I want something. But it's yeah, I think you could. We're good. I don't know. Why I would know. I don't know.
I remember an age like between like 12 and I don't know, 11 or 13, something like that, where you're almost over toys, but you're not really into clothes yet, where
Mhm.
it's kind of hard to know what you want. Do you guys remember that?
Yeah.
I do remember. I remember my older brother got a
got-
Game Boy, the original Game Boy, and that was a big deal when he got.
Yeah, the boys. I think you can like. I mean, and the girls that are into it, but like gaming systems. I got the PlayStation VR one year,
Mhm.
but it's been cool. It's been. I mean, it's crazy. But it's like, hey, she doesn't play it a ton. The VR is crazy. I think it's the craziest thing I've ever
It
seen.
is,
That's
yeah.
the future of like that. You would see stuff get wild where you can like.
The metaverse?
Yeah, I don't understand the metaverse. I
What
don't
about
know.
it?
I
I
don't,
don't know what it
anything about
means.
I heard it had really low users. Like
Mhm.
people
Yeah.
aren't
Is
using
it
the
it's
metaverse.
Sim City or something?
Yeah, but like you're in it. It's just another world that you go
It's
to,
VR.
and you live. Yeah, and you live your own life in there.
So you wear VR and you just like go to work or you go to
Yeah, you have your space, and you can
Yeah.
get land. And people pay real money for land in the metaverse sometimes, and you can. It's pretty wild. I mean, there are versions of this. I remember when Second Life
yeah.
was big for a while. There's actually a class at Notre Dame that was taught through Second Life, the video game. And I played World of Warcraft back in the day. I was immersed in that same way too. So I understand it. I just can't do it these days.
But you go in, you get off your regular life, you put those glasses on,
Mhm.
and then you just
You're in a house, the house
Yeah.
that you could never dream of having in the real world,
yeah.
and your friends come over and you can play ping pong with them.
But how
Yeah.
you have to literally walk to go from room to room?
No.
You have a way to just move from room
You
to
have a
room?
way to move around. Yeah.
I've heard about homeless guys that do this.
Really?
Yeah, there's the famous photo out there, I think, of a homeless guy who has a VR headset and he spends his day living in another world.
I don't blame them.
Yeah. I don't know if it's sad or great.
I'm going sad.
Yeah.
Probably, but it's an escape for him.
It's
Yeah.
you feel the temperatures of the weather.
Yeah, that's
Cold
right.
outside. Yeah.
Somebody shut that door.
Golly, the sun's out. It says it's 75. That's weird.
I see these commercials now during football games for like, I can be the cowboy for the a quarterback for the Dallas Cowboys.
Mm-hmm.
Is that something new that you know what I'm talking about?
Like you can wear the
Wear the headset, but like you can actually. The guy says, "I don't want to." It's a kid. I don't want to wait to someday be the quarterback. I want to be it now. And then he puts it on, and it's like you should see it. He's playing in like looks like a real game.
that's the attitude of a lot of people.
I
It's
also,
like, I want to do it now, and you're like, yeah, well.
but I also love that
So then they create a whole new world. That's what's crazy. It's like all this stuff that you're like, well, I want it now. And you're like, well, you can go get it. You're like, no. I mean, I want it. I want it now. They're like, all right, well, and then it's if you can, I guess, trick yourself into thinking like, well, maybe you're like, I don't need anything because I got all this.
Yeah, and even the term "I don't want to wait to be the next quarterback." It's like, well, it's not really a waiting game.
Yeah,
You don't just get it over time.
yeah.
You got to work for it.
Well, I think a lot of people have that where they think I put in the time. There's a lot of. I mean, you see that with comedy.
Yeah.
Like, well, I did the time, and you're like, that's
Right.
not.
So I'm
Yeah.
owed
Yeah.
this. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. Oh.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, I know people that say that kind of stuff. I've been doing this 10 years, and it's like, yeah, but you're not doing it. You're not
Yeah.
really hustling really hard.
Yeah,
You know.
yeah.
46% of people have lied about liking a gift. Tristan did that earlier.
Oh, it's that's another poll that you're like, oh, who are you asking that?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Of course, because you're being polite. You know, you
Right.
get something.
it's not necessarily a bad thing, is it?
Right. No,
It's a good
not at
thing.
all. Were you supposed to tell me I hate it?
Well, I don't even know. There's part of you that you could even like. You're
It should
like
be way higher than that.
it. Well, even the word lie is weird because you're like, I mean, someone gave you something, so how
harsh.
could you even be like, like, do you like it? Maybe you're like, oh yeah, I love it. You're not gonna use it as much, but you're like, I'm not really lying. Like it's like maybe it's not exactly what I thought, but I'm not mad at them. Yeah, lie is too harsh.
Mm-hmm.
It's like you just go, yeah, no, it's awesome. Maybe I'll use it. Maybe I'll never use it. I'd imagine most things we all buy. I mean, look at how much stuff's in this room. It's like you're just not touching stuff.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's like a minimalist lifestyle. Like you get it where you're like, I've been really trying to do it on the road with packing. Is just get it down to
What you need.
what
The
what
essentials.
exactly am I wearing, and outside of show clothes. But it's like when I travel, you go, I'm wearing this, and if I just had like, I wear golf pants, like you wear like I have these certain things for in these situations, and I wear these every day, and just be like, that's what I'm wearing.
Mm-hmm.
You should be able to pack probably 2 outfits.
So you got to think through every outfit, right? Okay, that's my travel outfit. Then I get there and I'll change, and then I have the show.
I don't change. Well, the show stuff is I leave a lot of that on the bus.
Okay.
But the show stuff I have, I mean, like the show stuff I do think it's the shows are big now. Like so, it's like you want to dress accordingly to that, and it's fun to do that. But it's like then I get done and I put just golf stuff back on, or you could have one pair of jeans maybe because occasionally you'd be like, I've had a little bit recently. I got golf stuff on now, but it's like where I've been like, I could wear some jeans. Like you just feel like you want to wear some jeans.
Yeah.
And you feel like too dressed down. But we're also going to like what am I doing? I think dressing could be a big thing. That's what it could hurt. Because dressing up feels good. I think it does feel good to like put something on. Like if you go to work and you put a suit on and you're like, you go out and you're presentable and you feel good versus like if everybody gets too dressed down, it gets too comfortable, it gets too like seeps in your mind that you go, I'm not being productive because I'm too the idea of it is you want to be comfortable. Like this part of you wants to like, have.
I'm not a person that dresses up, but it is sloppy out here. I mean, out in the world, people are sloppy now.
Sloppy.
I mean, I don't dress up, but I try to not get sloppy with it,
Yeah,
And
it's like you can wear stuff that doesn't look sloppy.
Yeah.
It's
I agree.
pajama pants at Walmart.
Yeah.
That to me is where
Yeah.
I see that and I go, I never want to be that.
Yeah.
Yeah, as
know?
you have Walmart slippers on.
Yeah, I was
with
about to say that.
socks.
Well, look, that's, I'm doing that ironically. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I'm obviously a polished, well-dressed guy. It's funny that I'm wearing Walmart slippers.
Yeah, and I
you would
think
never think like that's all he's got.
Like there's this restaurant near my house. It's not fine dining, but it's pretty pricey and it's pretty nice in there. Not in necessarily a nice area, but the restaurant itself is pretty nice. But then people come in there and they're just dressed so sloppy. And I'm like, you don't have to do a lot to look decent. And you're obviously got a little money because, it's not fine dining, but it's pricey. So you got a little money, you're in there. And it's like, it just brings the whole restaurant down because people, you feel like you're like, oh, I'm going to go out to dinner with my wife. You dress kind of nice. And then other people are there and, and they're not looking good.
Yeah, well, just say it. It's Outback.
Yeah. Well, the Outback is close to me, but but no, it's a
You've changed, dude. You've changed. You used to be that guy.
Yeah.
Well,
remember the story you used to tell about you and your wife went to a restaurant and they made you sit on the porch?
Oh, well.
And you were offended by it?
Yeah.
And then what happened after?
Well, okay. And, we went to this in Germantown. Me and Hannah went to this restaurant one time and we walk in, we were like, hey, like to get a table for two. And they go, the restaurant was pretty empty. And they go, well, we can seat you out here on the patio. And we look up there and there's like 4 big tables and there's a couple at one of the tables. And I go, yeah, we'll take one of those tables. And they're like, well, we'll have to set you with that other couple at their table. And it was kind of like a community table, but I was like, nah, that's okay. And we left. And I told my wife, I was like, they judged us, because they didn't think we were going to spend any money.
Yeah.
And so we go to this other diner and they seat us right away. They're like, get in here, and we sat down and we opened the menu and we saw the prices and we go, let's get out of here. So it's like they judged us, but they judged us correctly. Yeah.
Yeah, you can hang out by the door.
Right.
Yeah. And you and your old lady can hang out by the door. You're like, what?
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, it was like a real moment of self-realization where we were like, okay.
Yeah, I could see, like, I'm always thinking about it, but dressing up I've been thinking about that recently.
Do you think if someone is at a job where they're never going to wear a suit, they should still at least dress up in a suit for the interview? I'm not talking about like McDonald's.
I think you should dress like if you go like a lot of places. Look, LA is the king of this. So LA is, no one's really dressed up. People are they're dressed down a lot. And that's the vibe of like California versus New York is, but I think a lot of stuff is leaning to that. You can get away with a lot of golf stuff now. And, golf stuff actually does look, you can wear a collar, you can tuck it in, you can have a vest. Like it looks kind of nice. I like all of it. So I get it. But I think you should dress up better than you're going to dress there. I mean, it's that fake confidence. You don't want to go show that. Like, I don't think people like that. Or I don't know if people do. I don't like it. I wouldn't want a fake confidence. Like if I was dressed like this and you interviewed for a job for me and, it's like, I would probably be like, yeah, you should come in a little more prepared because be a part of the team for a while before you come in and can dress down a little bit.
Yeah.
Like, it's like, don't just act like, now some people might be like, dude, don't just dress normal like me because I'm not comfortable with it. But I would at least want to know that you're thinking about, that you want this job and like you're not taking it like I need to know that you're not a loose worker, before I would then be like, and it's like if you're dressed up, you just are like, all right, I'm this guy.
Yeah. We're doing this.
This person wants this job and they're serious about it. And if they came in just real sloppy, you're like, you start looking sloppy and you're like, you just look. And you can even look, you can wear, clothes, mizzen and main that we did. Like that's athletic shirt. You can just wear stuff with collars or like, you can even dress, there's even a world now too, you can dress cool. So you can wear something that's super comfortable, but it's kind of stylish and it looks kind of good. Like I have like Travis Matthews sent me. So they have some jeans and like this button-down shirt, and I wore one of their shirts underneath it with it unbuttoned. And you're like, I got jeans and unbuttoned shirt. This one of their hats on. You're like, I mean, you kind of look stylish. Like you kind of like, and stylish is like, oh, that's good. Like you're in a time now where you can be stylish. I think back in the older days is like it was much stiffer. Like suits are not comfortable and all this. They're making stuff so comfortable now that can be like, yeah, dude, just even put any kind of effort, just look cool. And then that's like, presentable. Either wear a suit or dress cool or like look like there was effort put into what you have.
Look intentional.
Yes.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, I interviewed in a suit at News Channel 5 and then was there for 20 years and never wore a suit again. I mean, there's never no reason to.
Yeah, but it's the right move.
It is. I mean,
you got the job.
I did. I'm not saying it's wrong. I'm just pointing out how.
But did you have like your first few months? You would at least dress up a little bit.
I probably dressed down more as I got more comfortable there.
Yeah. But at first, it's like, if everybody's dressed, if people are not wearing a suit, you're like, I'm not going to wear a suit because it's weird.
Yeah.
Right.
And I understand that. But you're like, I'll wear like a shirt and a button-down shirt.
When I waited tables, every now and then a guy would come in to interview with a suit on, and we would make fun of them so much.
Yeah.
Because it was a restaurant.
Yeah.
And you're like, I understand why they did it, but it's very funny. We're in T-shirts and, somebody shows up.
You're eating these old people's fries.
yeah.
This idiot.
Look at that idiot.
Look at this idiot.
Look, we're insecure about ourselves. That's why we're doing it.
Yeah.
For sure.
Yeah. It's I mean, the guys with the right mindset, and you're like, that guy, but it's, when you're waiting tables, it's a little different.
Mm-hmm.
But even if you go in there, you should look.
It's not a bad.
I mean, that person's at a clubhouse, so some of them might be like, "Yo, this ain't the vibe," but in their head, they think, "Well, this is a private golf course."
Right.
And then,
that was the old folks' home, right?
No, this was the pizza restaurant.
Oh, okay.
That a guy would come in to like wait tables with a suit on.
Mm-hmm.
Would they get the job?
I think a couple of them did. Yeah, they're good kids.
Did you ever wear a suit for an interview?
Oh no. No, I mean that's what I'm saying. Like I'm not about looking sloppy, but I never get. I don't know that I've ever really owned a suit that was mine. Like I got some hand-me-down suits. They never really fit great, but I don't. I don't know. Once in a while, I went to Aaron's wedding and I got to dress up very nice, and that was a lot of fun.
Yeah, I like it. I think men like dressing up. It always comes off like it's a woman's thing. Like the women like to dress up, but I think men like to. If it's like now if you had to do it every day, you wouldn't like it. But it's like when it's like now you could wear a tuxedo. I think most men are like, it's pretty fun.
And also,
I don't ever wear it.
I get to think a lot about what I'm wearing, what I look like, with no judgment from anybody. I'm supposed to do this.
Yeah. It's
one of the few opportunities I can really do that.
I think you're right. And most men probably don't dress up because someone's gonna be like, "What are you wearing, dude?" And that's why so you either have to do it ironically.
Yes.
Are you're looked at as like you're a jerk. Like you think you're better than me, dude. Like you're like, you're the worst. And so like that's why it's that.
But a wedding, it's not ironic at all. It's like I'm doing it.
No, you're like, yo, dude, we all have to wear this tuxedo. And I think every dude loves it.
It's the same thing. I hear women comedians talk a lot about. There's this premise I hear a lot about how on dating apps, it's very common to see men where their profile picture is them with a fish they just caught. And I think the reason for that is because it's like it's the one time where a guy feels totally fine being like, get a picture of me.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Because it's like obviously we're gonna take a picture of the fish. Yeah. But it would be weird to be hanging out with friends and you go, hey, dude, grab a picture of me real quick.
Right.
Yeah.
Smile.
Oh, like up against the against the wall.
Just like by myself, grab a picture of me. That never happens.
And you go, that picture looks good. Yeah, it's probably the only picture they have.
Exactly. A picture like where I look good, I'm happy in that, and it's just me.
Yeah, every other picture it's a group. Then you gotta crop them out.
Yeah. Exactly.
Yeah, because a dude would feel very weird. That is true. Wow. That's because a guy would be like, if you had to go get a picture of myself, you would be like, I don't have a picture of myself.
Exactly.
I have a picture, and you're like, all right, well, I'll crop out my family then. And you go, they go, they look into it. I'm not trying to get too involved in your life. I see the crop out. Is that a little kid and another woman? You go, yeah, it's my wife and daughter. You go, but I cropped them. You're not going to meet them.
Yeah.
And he goes, I wasn't going to put them in the pit. I'm not trying to get us all on a date, But it's, that is true.
Even when I was on dating,
As we're surrounded by pictures of me just by myself.
yeah.
Well, we're
It's different.
Business,
Yeah,
yeah.
it's different.
Even on dating site, when I was on dating sites, so many women's profile would be a selfie, and not even a good one. Just
Yeah.
when they had, because they apparently didn't even have
Right.
a recent headshot.
Yeah, well, it's tough. It's tough to. It's an awkward moment to be like. I've gotten more comfortable with it now. If I'm on the road and I gotta, well, get a picture of me so I can post this or something. But
Yeah,
it's
but
a very
you gotta have
uncomfortable.
You're going to
moment.
have something behind you, or you're like,
Yeah, it's not just.
it's
gonna
never
be,
just you.
I like my outfit. Just get a picture
Yeah.
of me.
Yeah. Girls could do it, and it's like by themselves, and you're like, oh, that's nice.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Or girls can be like to their friend, "You look really pretty," and let me take a picture. Yeah.
They're always
Like
taking
if
pictures.
me
where
and
dudes are
Aaron
not
were
doing
hanging out, and I'm like, "You look so handsome. Let me
Yeah.
snap a pic of you, dude."
Yeah. Oh, it would be uncomfortable.
Yeah. Get a pic of you,
Yeah.
dude.
You'd make a stranger get in it just to.
Yeah.
Exactly. Yeah, come
Yeah,
here, dude.
he goes, what? I go, I look awesome, and I just need
An excuse.
And he's like, why don't you let me just take a picture of you and your buddy? And you go, oh yeah. You don't think that's You don't think
You
like,
take our picture.
No, yeah. He's like, why don't you ask that? You go, I wasn't thinking this through, dude. But why don't you get in there with us?
Americans spend an average $123 on their spouses for Christmas.
Mm. Good to know.
$123.
Good to
Yeah.
know.
Do you think that's high or low?
I'm gonna give Laura $123 cash.
Give her 124 and say that's above
I'm
average.
the greatest average
I'm the
American.
greatest average
Yeah.
American. It's $124 cash. One more
in ones.
in ones.
That I'll spend more than that, but I don't have kids or
Ooh.
any kind of other you have a family. I'm sure it's different. You know,
Yeah,
you
big
prioritize.
money. You had a
different.
big year, huh?
I'll spend $150.
Wow.
Yeah.
Look at that.
Mhm.
You're probably going to your nice restaurant.
Well, I bring that average way down. I mean, I don't really get into Christmas,
It's because
but
you catch her present.
yes, yes.
And
But my wife's birthday is around Christmas, and I usually, I try to do a little better. But
Laura's birthday is she's the 20th.
You just double down.
Yeah,
When's
Two birds, one stone.
the 23rd.
Oh, you don't want to say it. do
No,
you?
the 23rd. Yeah.
Oh.
No, I don't want to say. I'm always like it's a thing with like
I'm
I
not
feel
sure.
like that I have the capacity for about 4 birthdays in my brain, and those are birthdays I memorized as a kid,
Yeah.
and it's like
It's always someone random. I
when-
got my buddy Kevin Morrow.
yeah.
It's on his whole.
Yeah.
My buddy Kevin. I know I know him and my dad's phone number and Laura's phone
Oh, yeah.
number by heart.
So when-
It's three, and that's it.
Yeah.
So it's always a thing. Like if I'm buying us a plane ticket or something, I got to put her birthday in, and I'll go and I'll check with her, and usually I nail it. But the other day I got it wrong, and she's fine, but it was a thing for
You
a
have a
second.
conversation about
Yeah,
it.
yeah.
Were you close?
Yeah, so it was very close, but
Yeah.
You said December 25th.
I said 21st, and it's 23rd. But as I'm saying it, I'm like, oh no, is it the 20th?
1978.
Yeah.
I always think of it with my 3 numbers that I know by heart. Like if I went to jail, it's like I have all the options covered. So it's like I got my wife if I'm not, and then I got my wife and dad. So you're like, it can't be my fault while I'm in jail. And then I got Kevin in case it is my fault. Like, so you at least got, everything's kind of covered to be like, who do I need,
I don't know I would have to call like JG Wentworth, or is this like the only number I know?
Yeah.
Call 877 cash now.
Yeah.
I don't know my wife's phone
I
number
wonder,
at
I
all.
bet they could get phone calls like that.
Yeah, and you go, you're the only number I know. Can you patch me through to my
Yeah.
wife?
Yeah. And they go, all right, what's her number? And then you give it to him. And he goes, what?
Oh, I just had to say it out
Yeah.
loud.
He goes, all right, I got it. Hang on.
Yeah, I could call Empire. I was trying to think who I could
Yeah.
know by name.
Louis J. Gomez called me once.
From jail?
Hmm. I was like, I don't even know what to do, Louis.
Well, you're his son's godfather, right?
Yeah. Well, I sent him to Carla, Big J's ex-wife.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
You just pass it on.
Yeah, I was like, let me call Carla. And I'm like, I don't know how to call you back. I don't know how it all worked, but it's like
Well, he got out, so
he
you
got out.
figured out.
He's doing good.
He's doing great.
He's doing all right.
Yeah. That's probably a good place to stop.
Yeah. All right.
All right.
All right. We did it. Well, I hope you had a great Thanksgiving. And this week I will Tennessee games. Oh yeah, it's Wednesday. Huntsville, all that stuff.
You're in Huntsville
Yeah.
December 1st, I think.
December 1st. come down and see us there. Just go to my website. Everything's on there. Dates are up. We're rocking and rolling. And then
I'll be at the, I think it's called the Colonnade Theater in Ringgold, Georgia with Henry Cho, December 2nd. I think that's Saturday. No, it's Friday. Sorry.
Okay. Friday. This weekend, I'm in Wichita, Kansas at the Looney Bin. First time headlining there. I featured there a bunch, but now I'm headlining at the Looney Bin.
Nice.
Thursday, Friday, Saturday. And then Sunday, I'm back at the Helium in Indianapolis. Last time I was there, I did the small room and they sold out. So they go, we'll give you the big room next time.
Boom.
So I'd like to not embarrass myself.
It's going to be great.
Yeah, go
when
to
we do
Wichita.
the big room.
Wichita, one of the best shows I've ever had.
Really?
Was in a theater there on a Wednesday.
At the that Orpheum there? In Wichita, I think
Maybe
yeah.
it was
Wichita's
this year,
great.
but it was man. I tell you what, I love some of these places you go. Roanoke, Virginia, wasn't it? Like they were Asheville. I mean, they're all great.
Wichita is really great because the last time I went there, they were so just appreciative that I came there. They're like, people always skip us.
Mhm.
That's what they said to me.
Mhm.
And so they were so happy.
Yeah.
I'm in this weekend. I got a corporate gig, but then the next weekend I'm at Cincinnati at the Liberty Funny
In
Bone.
fact, as like that, you told them that.
Well, I want people to know I'm working.
Working?
Yeah, I'm not lounging.
Yeah.
The 9th and the 10th, the Cincinnati Funny Bone in Liberty, Kentucky, and then December 13th at Zany's.
All right.
Awesome.
Yeah.
All right, everybody. We love you, and talk to you next week. Bye. Nateland is produced by Nateland Productions and by me, Nate Bargatze, and my wife Laura on the All Things Comedy Network. Recording and editing for the show is done by Genovations Media. Thanks for tuning in. Be sure to catch us next week on the Nateland Podcast.